Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? How y'all doing today? Hopefully your days are going well. Make sure you guys hit that like button for me. What's up there, everybody in the chat? Um, Today a couple press conferences came out. As you guys know, Kevin Steele is the defensive coordinator, and Josh right here on the screen, as you can see, he's the offensive coordinator out of Michigan. So we're gonna get into it a little bit today. We're gonna talk about some of the coaching staff, of course. Um, how you guys feeling though? Let me know in the chat. How you guys feel about the hires that Mario has put together so far? From a scale of 1 to 10, you could just let me know how you guys are feeling about the hires. 10 being the highest, of course, and 1 being the lowest. Well, how you guys feeling about these hires that Mario Cristobal has put together? Now I know this journey, getting the staff together, has been hella crazy. It's been hella crazy. Um, a lot of you guys, along the way got a little bit impatient. I was here. I was telling you guys, hey man, be patient. Patience is a virtue. Whatever Mario's doing, I support what he's doing. I believe what he's doing and stuff like that. So, we got thrown the different names throughout the season. Throughout the last 2 months or whatever, we got thrown different names. A lot of fans started panicking. Mario need to hurry up. Early signing day, late signing day, all this is coming up. We need to go ahead and name an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. What kind of class we're gonna have? Some of these kids don't know the coaches or anything like that. So how we gonna do what we do? And then Mario stepped in. We went from being the 68th class in the country to number 15. So that's without a defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator. I know a lot of you guys seen the trolls online. I know y'all seen the Florida State, the Gators. Oh, Miami talking big noise. Oh, they got money to spend now, but they can't. Nobody don't want to come down there and work with them. This, that, and the third. We kept hearing all the little nonsense, and then boom, 15th ranked class in the country. They start the chattering started to lower a little bit. Well, they still ain't got no coach. They still don't got nobody want to work with them. This guy turning down a job, that guy turning down a job. So you guys be patient, man. That's what they do. They troll. Trust me, I know. I do a lot of trolling over here. But nonetheless, here we are today. Staff is not quite finished, but almost there. The major pieces that you guys will worry about the most, because I've been reading the comments and everything like that. Offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. A lot of you guys threw out a lot of candidates, and I'm not quite sure any of these guys was on you guys' list or anything, or any of the big news media that was giving out names. I don't know if these guys was on their list, but nonetheless, here we got offensive coordinator Josh Gaddis, and defensive coordinator is Kevin Steele. So today they did a little press conference. So we're going to dive into the press conference a little bit. If you guys haven't heard it, then, you'll hear it here.
Hello, everyone. I hope everyone's well. Obviously, I'm Josh Gaddis, offense coordinator at the University of Miami.
Recording in progress.
I apologize. Our morning workouts are going on, so my voice is a little bit lost, but I'm so thrilled. The excitement, the energy right now that's surrounding our program, the commitment of our players. They're in an all buy-in approach right now. And we're excited. Coach Cristobal's steadily, creating the energy and setting the tone and building our staff out. And it was a unique opportunity to come here to the University of Miami to be a part of such a storied program with so much history and tradition. Being back in the ACC conference, a conference I know so well from my college experience. I'm just truly honored for this opportunity and excited to be in Miami.
Thank you, Coach. If you have a question for Coach Gaddis, please use the hand raise function on Zoom. And Coach, we're going to start with Matt Shodell from King Sport. Matt, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Welcome to Miami. I guess it's a good sign you lost your voice, maybe. I don't know if it's a good or bad sign, but you certainly have lost your voice. So I'm hoping you can spare a few words from me talking about sort of your vision for the offense, because I know, you've had the Alabama offense, you had the Michigan offense when you first got there, and then last year you sort of changed the Michigan offense. So what do you sort of foresee? What's your vision for the Miami style of offense that you're going to run?
Well, first off, hello to you, Matt, as well. And Thank you for those remarks, and obviously my voice will be coming back soon. But I'm excited just to be here in Miami. The opportunity I have with our players, and let me say this: before I accepted this position, I did a ton of research, just looking at our roster, watching film, really diving into the talent that we had here. And I've been so impressed by our players. Just the commitment and buy-in that they have has created some exciting moments here. But we're going to build our offense around what our players do best. You've seen kind of the offensive system that we have grow each and every year, as you mentioned, and we tailor that to what our players do best. It's not one singular thing. We do everything. And so, our offensive system has stayed the same for the past 4 years, but we detail it out to build to the strengths of the players. And so it's our job as coaches to play to their strengths. And so we've got some key unique pieces that I'm really excited about, really at every position. And so, spring is going to come pretty soon in March. We'll start developing the identity. But most importantly, the thing that we will do is we'll take great pride in who we are and how we do things here at the University of Miami. And that's what we'll be about offensively, playing as a team and winning games.
Coach, we'll go next to David Lake from 24/7 Sports. David, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, welcome. Want to ask you about, you said you studied the personnel a little bit, just obviously Tyler Van Dyke, quarterback. What are some of the first impressions you saw of him, maybe on the film you watched? And then I'm assuming you've already met him a little bit and talked with him too.
Yes, David. So I'm really excited just about our quarterback room altogether, from Tyler and Jake and Jakuri, everyone just in that room. And so, I'm just really excited to get to working with those guys. They've been, really, really just pleasing to coach so far. The energy, the leadership, they're stepping up first in lines out in our fourth quarter program. And that's what you want in your quarterback position. You want great leaders. Obviously, Tyler's got a ton of experience last year where you really saw him to kind of start coming into his own with game experience. And game experience had some really good opportunities to learn and grow on the field and had a ton of success. And so, you hope that, going into year 2 now of playing, that you gather that confidence and you gather, those game experiences. But, it's a clean slate for everyone. We're excited about what the opportunity we have here to build something special offensively, but it's going to take putting all the pieces together, not just the quarterbacks, but the offensive line, the running backs, the receivers, the tight ends, all collectively coming together as one.
Real quick too, if I could follow up and ask, just your transition of going from being a defensive player to an offensive coach, how did that happen? And I guess just how does that also help you as an offensive coach now?
That's a great question. And my first opportunity that presented itself in coaching was on the offensive side of football. And I was fortunate to work for a tremendous offensive coordinator who's been a mentor to me by the name of John Shoup. And John Shoup challenged me. Coach Shoup challenged me. He said, "Hey, come over to offense." And it was at the University of North Carolina at the time. And he said, "Just learn it. It'll be great for your defensive career." And little did I know I was going to dive all in and fall in love with offensive football. And early on in my career, it really allowed me to just develop an appreciation to learn. Because I had to learn at each step of the way, each place I went to, because I didn't have that previous experience on the offensive side. But what I did do as a defensive player is I always studied different offenses. I always studied route running, receivers, little intricate details like that. So I was able to teach my players from the opposite side of things and allow them to understand what a defense is trying to do, whether that's based on coverages, blitzes, or pressures. And so I haven't looked back since. I'm fully converted. I'm an offensive guy, but with a deep background on the defensive side. But that's a great question.
Coach, we'll go next to Chris Stock from Inside the U. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, you talked a little bit about kind of adapting your offense. I'm curious what that process is like, because clearly at Michigan, the transition you had, your receivers guy, and then how well you guys ran the ball. Just can you explain what that process is like, and then how much adjustment you have to do to get the most out of an offense?
Yeah, I think it's really starting with the identification process of identifying the strengths and weaknesses of your players. That's what these morning workouts are all about for me. This next month is for me to understand what our guys do well. And I'm not going to just base that on last year's film because, we were so young. There's so much young talent here. You look at how many young players played here offensively last year, and there was a ton. And so we've got to continue to build those guys. We've got to get healthy. We've got to build the confidence of our players. and then we got to put all the pieces together. And so I'm excited. We're building out a great staff offensively, a lot of different guys from all different backgrounds, but it's also going to be about that. It's going to be about our staff. What does our staff like to do well? Because if they embrace what we're doing, they're going to coach it to the fullest. And I truly believe, we've got a great staff that we're building. I'm excited to work with all of our staff members and just looking forward to what we build here offensively together.
Coach, we'll go next to Heather Dinich from ESPN. Heather, go ahead.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for doing this. I know it was a whirlwind for you emotionally and everything for over the last week, but what can you share with us about what your last week was like at Michigan?
Oh, good morning to you, Heather. This is one of the first few times I can say good morning without wearing a coat. So I leave up out of the hotel in the morning. I just leave my coat laying there. But I'm excited just to be here at the University of Miami. Obviously, it was a very emotional week as far as leaving. Anytime you go through change, it's always hard because I felt like I didn't leave players behind. I felt like I left friends behind. I'm a person that's built on relationships. And coaches that have worked for me, they're always going to tell you it's about relationships. I left a tremendous amount of friends. My family is still back in Michigan right now. And so, that's always hard going through change. But the thing that helps you get through change is surrounding yourself with great people and being here with Coach Cristobal and the staff that he's putting together, the energy, the excitement. I walk past Coach every day and I just say thank you. And he pops in, checks on me. And when you've got a guy like that leading your program and you believe in his vision, he sets the tone and energy and excitement throughout the program. And so I've just been so blessed to be here. Each day has been, eye-opening to me. But I'm still running on fumes. I mean, I've been exhausting everything I have into this program, and I won't stop until we get the job done.
Coach, we'll go next to Adam Lichtenstein from the Sun Sentinel. Adam, go ahead.
Hi, Coach Gaddis. Nice to meet you. And yeah, winters down here are a lot easier than I assume in Ann Arbor. But my question is, you said, you watched a lot of film, did a lot of research, preparing for this job and preparing, for the interview. Was there anything on that film that you saw that popped out at you that maybe surprised you that you wouldn't have known about Miami's offense, when you were up at Michigan?
Yeah, I think when you just look at the young talent that played, you look at, I thought the offensive line did an extremely really good job. I thought the quarterbacks really came on throughout the year. I thought the receivers were very young and talented. They just needed game experience. And then the running back position was really exciting with a bunch of depth there and a bunch of players that have played. And then our tight end position potentially is one of the better, if not in the top 5 of those groups, I think as far as excitement of talent in the country. And so, when you start adding all the pieces together, that really makes you excited as a coordinator because it's our job to put the kids in the best position to be successful. At the end of the day, it comes down not to the X's and O's, but to the people, to the players, to the coaches that we come together. And so, I'm not one to sit here and say I'm a guru. I'm a man of, I'm a leader of players, and we'll be as good as our players are. And, just getting them to embrace the culture, embrace the systems that we'll bring, but be coachable. And embrace each other and trust and believe in each other. And I truly believe we can develop a special group. We've got a ton of work to do. Obviously, they've had a ton of game experience. But when you look back even last year, look at the amount of games that came down to, whether it was a touchdown or less or a field goal or less. And so it comes down to just the little things. And if we can put an emphasis on doing the little things right, those will create big results for us.
Coach, we've got a few more hands up. We'll go first to Gabby Urrutia from 24/7 Sports. Gabby, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Welcome to Miami. A couple of recruiting questions for you. Obviously, a pretty loaded crop of receivers in the 2023 class. Just how excited are you about, that group of guys? And just as another part of that is just how involved are you going to be in the evaluation of, the quarterbacks and, that sort of, recruiting process? Because I know you do have that wide receiver background.
Yeah, one thing I'll say is, your head coach really kind of sets the tone and identity of how you recruit and who you recruit. And there's no better guy in the evaluation process than Coach Cristobal. I mean, the energy that he brings in recruiting, his system, has been proven. The process has been proven, the evaluation process. And so, we've got 3 hours, 4 hours carved out each day just for recruiting and that commitment alone. And so, it's exciting for me because everybody in the country comes recruit South Florida because of the talent here, because of the high school coaches in South Florida, the high school programs. It's some of the best programs and the best football all across the world. And so, when you have it in your backyard, it's our job to make sure that we keep that homegrown talent here in Miami. And when you think about the history and tradition of this place and all the previous players that have gone on and played in the NFL and been successful, won national championships, they did that with kids in the backyard. And so we will recruit nationally. The brand itself, the U itself, will allow us to get into any and every high school across the country. But most importantly, we got to make sure we put a border up in our backyard. We've got to recruit kids within our state, keep our talent home, and we've got to build the U back.
Coach, we'll go next to Brandon Adoy from Football Hotbed. Brandon, go ahead.
Coach, welcome. You talked about relationships. You're talking a lot about people. The South Florida athlete is different. And you know that. You've been around. You've had some of them at previous stops. So the question is, what are your strategies going to be to endear yourselves to these guys and get the most out of them? Obviously, you have talent, but specifically at that receiver, that's going to receive a lot of focus, based on, what you guys are bringing back. And I don't think that's too much of a secret. So you've been there a few days or however long you've been there. What are your strategies to build these relationships, get them to where you want them to be? And then, as you say, take the talent from where it is, develop it, and get the most out of it to be at the levels you're used to playing with.
Yeah, that's going to start with our players first and foremost. Then it's going to trickle down in recruiting. But, you see our guys right now, they're so thirsty right now for just knowledge. I've been able to spend 2 mornings with them right now. They want to be coached. They want to be developed. And that's what's exciting. You come in the door and sometimes in some story programs, you say, well, how are they going to embrace change? How are they going to embrace a new culture? And our players are all in. They want to be coached. They know how special this opportunity is for them here at the University of Miami, and they want to win. They want to win at all the highest levels, and we want that from our coaching staffs. And, one of the things that you look at, each and every coach that has been assembled on our staff, we're great teachers, but most importantly, we're great developers. I take tremendous pride in developing wide receivers. I take tremendous pride in developing offenses and programs. And so we want to make sure that we develop that culture where our kids take tremendous pride in developing themselves and achieving all of their goals. And when we can do that currently with our players, that's going to trickle down in recruiting, because your players will be your biggest advocates to the families around Miami, as well as developing relationships with the coaches, everyone that's involved with each and every student athlete that we may go recruit. We've got to know who's the decision maker, because it takes a village, okay? And this is not just a football program. We want to create a family. We want to create a family with our alumni, getting our former players involved, getting them back involved. It's going to take everyone collectively to bring the U back.
Last 2 for you, Coach. We'll go first to Manny Navarro from The Athletic. Manny, go ahead.
Hey, Coach Gaddis. Wanted to ask you about your relationship with Mario. I know obviously you guys both coached at Alabama, maybe at different times, but I'm sure you had a lot of suitors coming after you after winning that Broyles Award last year. Just curious what made him and this job attractive.
I've been able to, it goes back to, I was telling Coach Cristobal, my relationship with him even goes back to 2010 and 2011. I was recruiting at Western Michigan University, and I was always coming down to South Florida, battling him for kids while he was at FIU. And he was leaving out of homes, doing home visits, and I was walking into homes with Coach Cuban at the time. And so just a ton of respect for him, and being able to see him throughout his career and the steps that he's taken, the programs he's built, and all the success that he's had. He's led programs from the top down. And so this was an exciting one. I watched him go through this process of his decision making. Coach Cristobal did not have to leave the previous institution that he was at. He had that place rolling at the highest level, but to see him make that commitment to come back to Miami, a place that's so special, a place that's home to him, that's what excites you. That's what excites you as a coach, because I believe in his vision. And most importantly, our administration, our fans, our community, they've gone all in collectively to give him what he needs to build this program. And that's what it's going to take. It can't be one singular coach or one singular side of the ball. It's got to be everyone within the program pulling the rope in the right direction. And just to see his energy to feed off him and his knowledge, it's just a tremendous opportunity to learn from another great coach.
Coach, last one for you is Susan Miller-Degnan from the Miami Herald. Susan, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. Welcome. Your relationship with Frank Ponce, I know you have to work closely, obviously, with the quarterback's coach. And a lot of times the offensive coordinator is the quarterback's coach. How do you mesh, with him? What do you know about him, quarterback coach? And I also wanted to ask you if you played, I know you played like around 2004. Were you a senior at Wake Forest?
Oh, that would have been my sophomore year, 2004.
Sophomore. Did you play against Miami or here at Miami? Tell me about that also, in addition to the quarterback question.
Well, hello, Susan. I'll start with the last part of that question first. I happened to play Miami twice in college, once at Wake Forest and then once in the old Orange Bowl here. And neither one of those experiences went well. And so that's my appreciation for this program. I've been on the other side of the field going against this program. And when I played against Miami, I mean, you're talking about, Brock Berlin. I mean, you're talking about Kellen Winslow, Greg Olson, Kevin Everett, Willis McGahee, Frank Gore, Norris Moss, Brandon Merriweather, on and on and on, from some names that you go, wow, all these guys played here at the University of Miami. And so I have an understanding of appreciation of this program. And those experiences did not go well. I'm glad to be here at Miami now. And I'm excited to see some of the former players come back. I'll probably try to hide those memories, but I'm excited to lead the program moving forward.
All right, guys. So Josh out of Michigan, man, offensive coordinator. Yeah, that's it. That's his take. Questions asked, he answered them. I think he answered them pretty well. I'm excited. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited to see what he's going to bring to the table to the University of Miami. Last offensive coordinator, Reed Lashley, he did a pretty decent job, good job. I want to see if, Josh here can bring it to another level, score more points. We want them points. Definitely need them points. I'm going to see if I could pull up Kevin Steele's, interview also, so you guys can get a feel for Kevin Steele and what he got in store for the University of Miami. Let me know in the chat, man, how you guys feel about Josh, and if he does sound like Doc Rivers. He did, make it clear in the beginning of the video, if you guys came in late, that basically he lost his voice. So going forward, when you hear him speak in press conference and stuff, he might not sound like that. He might be like, who is this guy we talking to? I thought we had hired Doc Rivers, but nah, this is not Doc Rivers. Coach Hayes in the building. What's going on, Coach Hayes? What's up? What's up? Keep grinding. Chat, hit that like button. Hey, man, y'all do what Coach Hayes say, man. Hit that like button. Appreciate you for stopping through, Coach Hayes, man. What's going on with you? How your day been? All right, so meanwhile, you guys conversating in the chat a little bit. I'm gonna pull up Kevin Steele's his press also. We're gonna listen to that, and then after that, we're gonna talk about the coaching staffs, what we got so far, and the positions that has not been filled yet, or at least announced. So y'all bear with me for a second. But how you guys feeling about Josh, man? Tremendous job at Michigan, as you guys see. Michigan, they went into the playoffs and didn't quite end well for them, but But you know, hey, at the end of the day, man, I think they did. I think they did a pretty decent job getting the. You know, Harbaugh finally got over the hump, beat Ohio State, win the Big Ten championship, and you know, our guy here, Josh, contributed to that a lot. So let's just hope we could get that kind of dynamic that he put out at Michigan at the U also. So you know, oh man, it's exciting times at Miami, man.
As a personal trainer, what?
It's great times at Miami so far. So, all right. So we're gonna talk to. Hold on. Let me bring this into perspective for you guys over here. All right. So we got a big guy here. All right. So let's get into it. Let's hear what Kevin Steele's had to say in his press.
Obviously, this is exciting. First press conference at the University of Miami. Very excited to be here. You know, I really probably shouldn't disclose this to some of you guys, but you know, I've been coaching long enough to have seen the '83 national championship. I was actually coaching then. I know that shocked some of you guys. You probably think I'm 40 years old, but I'm not. And so I've seen Miami football, Miami defense up close and personal from many venues, and I understand the responsibility we have here. And that history is very important to us. But we're going to be where our feet are, and that is presently, now, and how do we help Coach Cristobal build this program off of that foundation to what it should be and can be and will be. So extremely excited to be here. Excited to get to work. We've already had some work with the young men. We're in the process of hiring the staff, and we'll get that finished. Coach Cristobal has a good handle on that. So we're off and running, excited. Glad to be here and appreciate you guys working today.
Coach, thank you. We'll go into questions for media members on the call, and we will start with Chris Stott from Inside the U. Chris, go ahead for Coach Steele.
Yeah, Coach, I was curious about your principles, the identity you want your defense to play with, essentially some non-negotiables for you as a coach that you're demanding from your players.
Right, and it's not, so you know, it's Coach Cristobal, it's the defensive staff, it's not just me. Obviously, he's hired me to head it up. The foundation will be built on hard work. We've got a lot of work to do. And so, but when we get to the field, to the grass, and go from there, we have to be defensively, schematically, you can be a lot of things. We're going to be a 4-3 defense, but you can be more pressure one year, more zone the next year. But when you come back to it.
Now, I won't pause it again, but as you guys heard him, 4-3 defense, 4-3 defense, 4-3 defense.
We have to have relentless effort, physical, mental toughness, and tackling. You know, you have to do those things on defense, or the call does not work.
Coach, we'll go next to Matt Shodell from Canesport. Matt, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Welcome to Miami. So as you mentioned, you know, you've had a little while coaching some teams here, and I was curious, you know, spring practice is coming up around the corner, and I know you'll get a chance to evaluate everybody. What's your general philosophy? Does everyone start off at square zero? Do you evaluate film and sort of have some predetermined notion of who you think can do what? Do you sort of maybe think about moving some guys, some different positions, like a James Williams to linebacker? Like, how much has to go into this in the next month as spring practice starts rolling here?
Well, I would like to tell you that we have a magic wand and we're just going to kind of hang out and look at the great weather in Miami and ride around, and that's not the case. We hadn't been outside very much. We're in meeting rooms, and we've done just what you just said. We're in the process right now of evaluating the talent and the best place to place them on the first day of practice. So yesterday, in fact, was pretty much all day going back through last year's tape and watching that tape and evaluating the players. We had some of the younger quality control graduate assistants that were in the room that were here last year. Of course, we have Todd Stroud that's been around. And so we've got some people that have been around the program that can tell us, okay, this is this guy, that is that guy. We're spending a lot of time evaluating that talent, try to put them in the best place, and then there'll still be some movement during spring practice, post spring practice.
We'll go next to Adam Lichtenstein from the Sun Sentinel. Adam, go ahead.
Hi, Coach Steele. Nice to meet you. My question is, I guess, you mentioned that, you've seen Miami's defense, you know what it's supposed to be. I mean, in your mind, what does a Miami defense need to be? Like, what does a Miami defense mean to you, I guess?
Well, the ones that I'm talking about, and I don't know how old you are, but those guys were dominant. They were physical, and basically it was built on the things that Coach Cristobal talks about, because he was around in that time too. He just happened to be one of them. It's work, it's grit, it's toughness, but then playing together with relentless effort and basically just lining up. And I know this is not what people want to hear, but I'm going to talk like I'm in a defensive room. I mean, you want to go into Pro Player Stadium and you want to, in the fourth quarter, you want to make your opponent, start thinking, hey, I can't do this any longer. I mean, let's get on the bus and go home. This is Miami. So just the physical dominance of relentless effort and flying to the ball and tackling and doing your job with a pride. That's the Miami defense that we know, and that's the Miami defense that Coach Cristobal will get built here.
Coach, we'll go next to David Lake from 24/7 Sports. David, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. You already mentioned tackling being, something you stress. I am just curious, how do you go about stressing tackling? I'm sure you're aware it was a bit of an issue for the defense last year. And then second part, I guess, what have you been doing over this past year off? I know coaches are always looking to grow and evolve. And in what ways did you try and study the game during your year off?
Well, I'll go the last part of the question first. I did some consulting work with 3, Power 5 schools, not in the same conference, head coaches that I was friends of, and I actually bit off more than I could chew, to be honest with you, in terms of just watching the offense of the opponent and trying to talk to them about matchups, the best wide receiver, the favorite run, the things you had to stop, the matchups. I did a lot of that, too much of it, to be honest with you. When you get 3 teams, it's hard to do, but I did that. And then, I was actually, wasn't a bad little deal that I had. I was one of you guys for a little bit. I did 2 radio shows every week, so that was kind of fun. It's not, it's a little bit different when you're on the other side of it and you're asking the questions and talking about it for fun rather than being the one that has to get it done. Then as far as the tackling, that is something that you have to build with. It's a technique, it's confidence. It's also, some guys are just very talented natural tacklers, but you have to teach them all to be good tacklers. And tackling has digressed, in my opinion, over the years when they started limiting contact in practice, tackling days in practice. Fall camp where you only get 3 days of full tackling, where when I first started coaching, you were lucky if you had 3 days in a year that you didn't tackle. And so a repetition, it's like, for some of you will understand this, it's like your golf game. If you don't go play, you're going to hit it in the rough.
Coach, we'll go next to Manny Navarro from The Athletic. Manny, go ahead.
Hey, Coach Steele. Want to ask you about Mario Cristobal. You've obviously been around a lot of amazing head coaches. I mean, Osborne and Bobby Bowden, all those guys. Just curious, you worked with him for a couple of years. What made coming here and working for him so attractive?
Well, it was pretty easy. Because I had recruited Dade and Broward County for several years, and I got to know Mario when he first got into coaching, and then when he was at FIU. We would run into each other in Dade and Broward County pretty frequently, so I got to know him there. And then we of course worked together at Alabama, and we were not just on the same staff. We were good friends, and we kind of did things together. So we built a relationship, and it was just, we communicated, stayed in contact when he was out west, and when he got the job, it was something that was talked about a long time ago, actually, a couple of weeks ago. And it was very easy because I know who he is at the core. He's a winner, and he does it with hard work. I know people throw that word out there, but that guy, Mario Cristobal, if you know anything about him, he is relentless. When he gets something in his vision, he is relentless at it. He is a hard, smart worker. And then on top of that, which is pretty key to it in this day and age, he is a phenomenal recruiter. And I've seen that, firsthand. And he is just that. So those kind of things. And then the fact that this program can be, then you put Mario in charge of it, then it really kind of tells you that you're getting in a vehicle and you know where it's going.
We've got a couple more hands up, Coach. We'll go next to Susan Miller-Degnan from the Miami Herald. Susan, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Let me put my video in here. Hi.
Hello. How are you, Susan?
Good. Nice to meet you. How important do you think it is that the defense philosophy or style meshes with the offense? I know last year it was a very fast pace, a lot of plays, up tempo, and sometimes the defense guys were injured or whatever, and it was hard for them to keep up. They got tired, rotation. Is that important that both work together? And what do you envision for this season?
Well, I will say this. I've coached long enough that, when I first started coaching, they huddled up, stayed in the huddle 15 seconds, and came out and lined up in, the wishbone. I've seen that side of it. And I've been on staffs where, they try to run, 3 plays in it fast as you can run it. And here's the way I look at it. And this is the way you have to look at it. I'm a defensive football coach. I'm not an offensive football coach. I'm not the head coach. We're kind of like the first responders, and our job is to put out fires. And so if the offense turns the ball over, the offense is 3 and out, you don't want your fireman pulling up in front of your house on fire and go, well, who started this fire? Well, why I don't feel like putting out a fire today. They keep starting fires at this house, and I'm tired of doing it. If that happens, the house is going to burn down. That's not our attitude. We don't ask what, why, how it happened. Our job is to go out and physically dominate our opponent and get the ball back for the offense. Don't talk about how it happened. Fast, slow, indifferent. It doesn't matter.
Coach, last hand up we have is Heather Dinich from ESPN. Heather, go ahead whenever you get a chance.
Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Heather. Good to talk to you again. It's been a while.
I know. Sorry for my mom gear here. Is it too early to ask you about Texas A&M? No, I'm just kidding. Listen, you talked about Mario and the confidence you have in him, but I wanted to ask you more about why Miami, why now? Because it's been a really long time for this program to compete beyond the Coastal Division. What do you see from administration, from resources, finances, etc., that gives you the confidence that this program can compete at an elite level?
Well, I know this. I've been here a short period of time, and I've heard the stories of the commitment, and I sense it and feel it, but I don't know the particulars of that. But I do know the track record of the 2 people that are in charge. Dan Radakovich, the athletic director, I know his track record. I know him personally. And I've never seen anything that he's led not be first class and put all his coaches in a position to compete for national championships. I've never witnessed that out of Dan. And I am a good friend with the head coach now. And I know how competitive he is. I know how great a recruiter he is. And so let's back up a little bit. I don't think that Mario would have ever left the job he had if they were not complete guarantees and he had a full understanding of the commitment, and that's good for me.
Coach, we have one quick follow-up from Susan Miller-Degnan before you take off. Susan, go ahead.
Hello again. I know you've coached linebackers a lot. Are you intending to coach linebackers? You know, usually defensive coordinator, sometimes there's another position. Would that be linebackers or another one?
Well, I've actually coached linebackers. I've coached safeties. I've been the walk-around coordinator. I've coached outside backers. You know, you probably need to throw up your hands if you see me coaching the D line, but that's a whole nother world in there. Not that I couldn't do it, but that's a little different there. We're going to, at this present time, all things are on the table. Coach is trying to get the best fits for the University of Miami, dynamic recruiters, dynamic teachers, men that will change and develop young men on and off the field to his standard. And so we're actually trying to get the best guy. And so then I will plug in based on where those guys, what that comes up to ultimately.
As a personal trainer, what's the best way to confidently?
Man, you don't sit your personal trainer here that on. All right, guys. So there you guys have it. First we listened to Josh. Now we listen to Kevin Steele, defensive coordinator, of course. So, how you guys feeling about this staff so far, man? How you guys feeling? Kevin came in speaking that, you know, that old school defense. Man, I got to be honest with you guys. I can't wait to see what these guys can do, especially come spring. I can't wait. But anyways, as you guys know, Mario came in. As you guys can see on the screen right here. There's a few more names that's not on this picture, but nonetheless, Mario Cristobal, of course, head coach, guy in charge, get this whole thing rolling. Then you got the offensive line coach, which is Maribal, and you know we're gonna skip over Kevin Steele and Josh because you know you guys just heard them talk, just heard their press. Kevin Smith here, running backs coach. He came in. He's already brought us a running back through the transfer portal with Henry Parrish. So we needed depth at running back. He's already provided one guy plus another recruit came in. You guys seen it. Citizen snagged him at the last second. So you know, running back room will look decent this year. Recently added. Not sure if his last name is a day or a die. You guys can let me know that in the comment section or whatever. You know, guys, I'm the king at butchering names, especially when I haven't heard it said, you know, a few times or so. But nonetheless, we got Jamal out of Georgia. You know, kind of did a swap for swap with Georgia. They took BMAC, you know, our wide receiving coach / passing game coordinator, and we went up there and took their defensive back coach. So, you know. Defensive line, you got Joe Salave, big dude. I mean, a lot of guys seen the photos, seen them. You've seen some of the stuff that he's done at Oregon and stuff like that. And of course, Phil, dude is a whole beast within a mustache. This guy's pretty much, if you ask any of the players around right now, the energy that he brings in that weight room and that conditioning, all that good stuff, dude is on top of it. I expect to see Miami develop beasts and not just Instagram models and, you know, runway models like, you know, no shots at the old conditioning and, you know, strength and conditioning or whatever coaches. But, you know, as you guys know, most of those guys have departed already. I think Fields went up to Duke. Some of the other guys that was on staff has already found other places. Ish is at Duke, I think, and Jess Simpson is also at Duke. So, Miami, man, the staff is coming along. I know you guys are waiting on linebackers coach and stuff like that. As you guys seen, she asked about was he going to be coaching the linebackers. He wasn't quite specific on that. I think Mario is more than likely is looking for a linebacker coach. But, you know, things been coming out daily, so wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow you wake up and you're looking, oh, Miami just made official. They're hiring this guy for linebackers coach, and I have been seeing a lot of chits and chatter about safeties and, the safeties coach or whatever, and you guys have been throwing out names. And one of that I've been seeing on the top of a lot of you guys' list, Ed Reed. So not quite sure if Ed Reed will be a safeties coach, but a lot of you guys are saying that, y'all would be interested in seeing Ed Reed being the safeties coach. He's already in the building. Not quite sure what his role would be with, Mario Cristobal staff. With Manny Diaz's staff, he was chief of staff, pretty much a title just given to basically walk around and talk to players and stuff like that. Didn't have any real significant, touch on the field when it comes to coaches and stuff like that. So Ed Reed, safeties, we'll see if that happened. Not quite sure how he would be as a recruiter. I'm pretty sure his name probably would resonate in a lot of kids' mind. He is a Hall of Famer on both levels, college and, the NFL. So I don't think that would be a bad thing to have a guy like Ed Reed, coaching safeties. Hell, to be honest with you, I think he's probably the greatest safety to ever play the game. So we'll see, man. Yeah, but as of right now, these are your staff, guys. These are your staff. Frank Ponce, quarterback coach. That was announced yesterday. So Frank Ponce will be here. The coach quarterbacks, Tyler Van Dyke and such and so forth. Jake Garcia and the rest of the guys that we have on, Ja'Cory Brown. So staff is coming along pretty well. I have been telling you guys for a while now, hey, man, be patient. Let Mario do his thing. We've seen a lot of, smokes and mirrors or whatever they call it, guns and mirrors, smokes and mirrors, whatever it is, whatever that quote is, we've been seeing a lot of it. A lot of media guys threw out a lot of names, and out of nowhere, boom, here comes the staff. I don't think I heard anybody talk about Josh when it came to offensive coordinator. Definitely I didn't. Didn't hear anybody really speak on Kevin Steele's. Probably was on some people's wish list, but nobody was saying that, this was going to be the guy. So Mario kind of kept this thing tight, and boom, here we are today. So I'm going to open up the platform. I'm going to put the link in the chat for you guys. Come on, give your thoughts and opinion on the coaching staff. We're going to try to stick to the coaching staff, guys. We're going to try to keep this thing, organized today or whatever. But I am going to put the link in the chat for you guys to come on and talk about the coaching staff. I will leave the image on screen right here. And you guys, come on in, give your thoughts and opinion on each one of them. Was it a good hire? Was it a home run for you? Rate them from 1 to 10, and stuff like that. So as of right now, the link is in the chat for anybody that wants to join me, and let's talk Miami Hurricanes football coaching staff. All right, so the link is in the chat, guys. Anybody that wants to come on and give their thoughts and opinions, speak your mind about the coaching staff. Do you trust what Mario is doing now? Were you one of those panickers earlier? You could be honest. A lot of y'all was panicking. I've seen a lot of it. I've seen a lot in the comment section. Oh, what Mario doing? Oh, he's taking too long. I kept telling you guys, man, would you rather him do what Manny Diaz do? Hurry up, pick the guy that everybody wants, and then it don't turn out, right or whatever? Or would you like for him to take his time and get it right? I think so far so good. I think so. We did see T-Rob leave. A lot of you guys are T-Rob fans. You wanted to see what he possibly could have done. Me personally, the COVID shutting down the bowl game thing was kind of a little depressing, kind of a letdowner, because I actually wanted to see what T-Rob could do, because he would have been in that game the defensive coordinator. So we could have seen what he would have ran on defense, not being smothered by, former head coach Manny Diaz. Also wanted to see what the offense would look like without Reed Lashley being ran by Jess Simpson. We didn't get to see that, but oh well. T-Rob is gone. B-Mac also, he was on staff for a short period of time, kind of like the T-Wheel thing that happened last year, where T-Wheel was here for like maybe a week and a half, and then boom, he's gone to UCF. So hopefully, we can keep this staff together. We did see a lot of buzz around Kevin Steele's and Auburn, of course, but that's been nipped, that's been cut. He's here. We got him. So also future for DeMarcus Van Dyke. Right now, there's a lot of uncertainties. I'm not quite sure if he's going to be here. I did know that he wanted to have an on the field role, so we'll see. The verdict's not out on him yet, whether he'll be here or not. But I did hear that, not quite sure how true those are, but been hearing that, Georgia's interested in him. Maybe more. They'll give him an on the field job just to kind of get their foot wet a little bit more down here in South Florida and recruiting. So we'll see. Right now I got Caniacs. How you doing, Caniacs? What's going on with you?
What's up? What's up? I'm just checking in with you, big bro.
Yeah, man. How you feeling, man? What you think about the coaching staff so far?
I mean, I'm loving it. I mean, I don't have one issue with the staff yet. I'm just ready to get rocking. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to see Kevin Steele actually call some plays, and I'm ready to see his personality. Just watching him, it just looks like he's not going to accept any lackluster play, especially from the D line. Same thing with Gaddis. Gaddis looked like he was a point of attack type of guy, and that's exactly what we've been missing, bro. So I'm looking forward to just seeing these boys get to work.
Also, another name that's not on the screen right now, Frank Ponce, quarterbacks coach, came from Appalachian State, had some history, in the Miami area, high school wise, coached a lot of the surrounding area teams, Northwestern, Miami High, Central.
He's the QB coach at FIU with Mario, right?
Exactly. Was with Mario at FIU for 2013, I think, all the way up to 18, if I'm not mistaken. So he does definitely have a relationship with Mario.
Yeah, I'm loving the running backs coach. I'm loving the Kevin Smith dude. I'm loving all the South Florida ties. Like it all the moons are lining, man. Like I'm really ready for some results quicker than what I keep hearing, the 3 to 5 years type garbage that I keep hearing, bro. Like I'm really sick of everybody just prolonging the process and all of that there. Like the players are here. Like it's been proven. The players are here and they're coming. So we should, I ain't saying it should be a short leash, but I'm saying that we should have some results shortly, bro, with everything that they all have to work with at this point.
All right, so going into this season, what's your expectation?
I ain't hear your question.
Going into this season now, what's your expectation?
I'm expecting the running game to get going. I mean, because we kind of know what we have in Van Dyke, and I'm looking forward to, again, both points of attack, us being just super competitive and relentless, like Bud just said. The word that he used was relentless, and I think that's exactly what we need on that D line, and on the O line. Just some of the players that we brought in and what we already have. Everybody should be locked in, bro, because the players just look different. The ones that Mario are bringing in right now, they don't look like projects. You know what I'm saying? They all look like they just need to have a professional's hand on their shoulder and fine tune what they got going on and put them to work, bro.
Okay. So right now, I just pulled up the schedule. Schedule's on the screen for everybody to see. As you guys know, the spring game has been announced. 12 a.m. 12 a.m. April 16th. So we'll get a chance to see, what this team has been doing for the couple months or whatever when April comes around at least. Starting off the season, we take on Bethune-Cookman. I think that's a W. we should smack them around, get a good feel for what we got. Southern Miss, I expect the same. These first two games should be like warm up, kind of see what the offense is looking like, see what the defense is looking like, what play is going to be running. How we going to be? Is we going to be balanced, more passing, more rushing, or some games I do believe it'll switch up depending on the opponent and their strength. Like Kevin Steele says, it's basically working off the strength of the players that we got and stuff like that. So, big challenge at College Station. Texas A&M, they coming off a good run last season, beat Alabama. Had their ups and downs or whatever. Jimbo Fisher, of course, bringing in the biggest class Texas A&M ever seen, and the biggest class, and the highest ranked class college football scene ever. So, we lost Shamar Stewart to that class. So it is what it is. Texas A&M should be coming into that game loaded. We're going into their territory. So, not quite sure how that's going to go. ACC Network, affiliate of ESPN, has already said that they got Miami winning that game. So maybe they see a lot in us that we haven't seen yet. Maybe it's just that confident in what we got building, but we'll see how that game turned out. Another easy one, Middle Tennessee, we should slap them around, easily. Big confident booster game right there. And then we'll take the bye week off October 1st, and then we'll kick it off with North Carolina for some ACC play all the way through. So North Carolina, they had our number for the past 2 seasons. Last game was close. The one before that, we don't even want to talk about it. Virginia Tech beat them at home, to finish off the home schedule last year. They lost their coach, pretty much revamping their coaching staff just as much as we is. So we'll see how they do. Duke, I do believe we'll knock them off pretty clean. We'll see what some of them coaches that, Manny had that went over to Duke, we'll see what they could do over there at Duke with, a lot less talent. Virginia, close game with them. They end up beating us. We had that game, missed field goal. It happened. It is what it is. Shouldn't have came down to that, but hey, we lost that game to them. Let's see what we can do against them. It is a home game for them, so we'll see how that goes. Florida State going to come down to the Hard Rock. I think we'll knock them out pretty easily. I don't care what nobody say. That 4th and 14 was a fluke. It ain't happening again. Not under competent staff. So Georgia Tech, we should get that game too.
They lost Gibbs to Alabama, the best player that they had.
Yeah, so Georgia Tech, I do believe we'll get that win. Now, tough one should be at Clemson. We're going to play, in their stadium. It's always tough to get a win. And Clemson is on a little slight down right now. Lost both of their offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. So, right now, Dabo's got a staff that nobody's certain about and anything like that. So we'll see if we could, get a win out of there.
If that thing is still playing quarterback, we got a good chance.
Yeah, not quite sure if DJ will be their quarterback at that time because, that's November 19th, that deep in the season. They did have a 5-star quarterback that they're hyping on. So we'll see if DJ will still have that job. We'll see what their team is looking like when we play them. This, that, and the third. So that should be a good matchup, I think. Pitt beat them this past season.
With a Heisman quarterback.
I think we both had quarterback, but hey, we'll see what Tyler Van Dyke can do against Pitt. They always play us tough. It always come down to that, one last 2 drive or so. So we'll see how that goes against Pitt. But, so far, this schedule is very manageable. Miami could come out of this thing. I'm not quite sure what you guys think. Let me know in the chat what you guys look based on the schedule that we got right now. What you guys think the record for the Miami Hurricanes should be in 2022? Just put that in the chat. Slim Shady Canes, I see you on. What's going on, boss? How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right, boss. How about yourself?
All right. How you feeling about this coaching staff so far?
So far, it's not bad, and I kind of like the what's the word for it? I like the change in dynamic with an old school defensive coordinator and a new school offensive coordinator.
How you feeling about the positional coaches that he hired, and seeing that most of them are top-notch recruiters, not just developers?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen. I look through the quarterback coach's resume. You've had good quarterbacks come out of everywhere he's been. I mean, the guy from Georgia. I mean, obviously, what they just did this past year, his work kind of speaks for itself. And then with the coordinators, what I like is really the point that you just stressed. He's not really fixed into one offensive system, and he's shown that at Michigan. He'll change what he's running to fit the talent he has. So if we're kind of thin at wide receiver, or like they have been, you got a bunch of guys dropping balls. Okay, he's gonna lean more on the run game then.
Okay. All right, so we got Marcus Lewis also on. Marcus Lewis, what's going on with you?
Hey, what's going on, T2Y? You can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear. What's going on, man?
Man, T2Y, man. Hey, look, I seen that post you made yesterday about Florida State going 0-12.
Oh.
Hey, that thing was funny.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. If I could make y'all go 0-13, I would.
Hey, T2Y, hey, check this out. If Florida State go 0-12 next year, I'll put this on everything. I will officially become a Miami Hurricane fan if we go 0-12 next year. I will become a hey, you know what? And I've been a Florida State fan for 31 years. I done had relatives that play for Florida State. I will convert over to a Hurricane fan.
How about this?
Oh, go ahead.
If you don't go 0-12 and you go 1-11, because you might beat that first team, Duquette or whatever, Duquesne, whatever their name is.
Yeah, Duquesne.
Same
Duquesne.
Same bet.
Yo, 0-12, 1-11, 2-10. I will officially become a Miami Hurricane fan.
It's gonna be. Hey, we gonna have to have a ritual for you though, bro. You can't just like go from being an FSU fan to a Canes fan. Like, gotta be some kind
whatever.
of.
Listen, we're gonna have to get a barbecue. We're gonna have to get a barbecue thing going.
I would take every Florida State shirt, every Florida State hat I got, my Florida State book bag. I would take a barrel and fire all that shit up. If we go 1-11, 0-12.
You talking about like they did Deion Jersey when y'all lost Travis Hunter?
All that. All that. If we go 0-12, what happened?
All right, so we 1 hour and 5 into this. I'm gonna remember this. We about to convert a Florida State fan, y'all.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh man.
Hey, so T2Y. So next year, if Florida State beat Miami, you're gonna be Seminole T2Y for a week.
I'll make that bet again. I got confident that this coaching staff ain't gonna let me down like Manny did. I don't see another 4th and 14 happening.
Okay. All right. We gonna hold each other to that now.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the Canes already. I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you, welcome to the Canes.
Hey, I can't wait to the end of the year whenever we 0-12 or 1-11.
Your fellow Seminole in the chat, he already cussing you out. He say fake ass fan.
Who said that?
Montreal, he'll Seminole too.
But what he fair to realize, me and him both know that we ain't going 0-12. So that's why I say, hey, we go 0-12. Hey, I'll be a Cane fan.
All right. Well, I'm gonna let you go because we kind of want to talk about this coaching staff real quick. But Tony, what's going on with you, boss?
Hey guys, what's up? How are you today?
All right, man. How you feeling about this coaching staff, man?
I'm waiting for a few more positions to be filled out before I fully judge the the coaching staff. We need linebackers because honestly, I understand Kevin Steele is a linebackers coach, but I would prefer a traditional linebackers coach and have Kevin Steele coordinate the whole defense and stuff like that, because I don't want to have to. I understand in college you have to have limited people on your staff. That's why you have multiple coaches having multiple positions, but that's what can actually hurt the development of a position. If you have a coordinator who has to game plan for the whole game, he's not going to be hands-on all the time with the linebackers because he's going to have to be game planning for the game and stuff. Do you guys agree, or is that?
I think you're way off because every defensive coordinator in the country is also a position coach. All of them.
Or am I thinking of the NFL that does that and stuff like that?
I mean, maybe the NFL does, but I know. I mean, hell, there are even head coaches. If rumors are to be believed, Nick Saban still coaches the corners himself.
I understand why he did. I agree with Coach Hayes, but I feel that's you're recruiting the position, but you're not really going to be coaching it and stuff like that. Nick is the one that is coaching. I understand why he did it, to learn under the best DB, one of the best DB coaches in the country. But still, you're basically recruiting for Nick. You're not recruiting your own players to develop them yourself. It's Nick that's developing that position and stuff like that. So I understand why T-Rob did it, but it makes no sense. Business sense, it makes sense, but logically, it does not make sense for him to. You're basically going there to be a second fiddle to Nick Saban, who controls that position.
Yes, but you're also going there to learn from, arguably one of the best college defensive minds in the history of the game.
Okay, yeah.
So, quick shout out to everybody in the chat. I see a lot of people popping in. Please and thank you. Hit the like button. Jay Play, what's going on with you, boss? And everybody else in the chat, appreciate y'all for joining us. Hit that like button if you haven't already.
Do you think our coordinators are going to be on-field guys, or do you think they're going to be in the booth?
That's a good question. I think that's a question for the staff and Mario Cristobal. I don't have the answer, but I do believe that we should get somebody in the booth. I do believe our.
As a fan, would you rather have the coordinators on the field?
I'd rather have them in the booth. I think you can see the field a lot much better in the booth. You can see if you're on the offensive side, you can see what the defense is doing a lot better because you got a top view, where when you're on the sideline, you're only seeing it from side to side.
Well, I mean, it really, I guess it all comes down to personal preference, I think. I mean, Randy Shannon at his time as a defensive coordinator was always in the booth, but Kirby Smart was always down on the field. I mean, those are two guys at defensive coordinator. You can't argue with their results.
Yeah. So, like I said, man, linebackers coach, we're not sure yet. Kevin Steele hasn't said it in his press. Mario's still looking. So, if push comes to shove and he don't hire a linebackers coach, most likely that spot, probably will be filled by a guy, Kevin Steele. But key positions that we're still looking for, safeties coach. What are you guys' thoughts on the safeties coach? Do you guys have any candidates in mind? Are you guys opposed to maybe Ed Reed?
Yes.
Why are you opposed to Ed Reed?
Because he's not a coach.
Elaborate.
He's got 1 year as an assistant DB coach. That's his entire resume.
So
he's not a coach.
So you don't think he would, have what it takes to coach safeties, being a Hall of Famer and a safety his whole life? You don't think he would have what it takes to, teach those guys he knows?
He might, but I mean, all I heard this past season is we don't need no more of these inexperienced guys, but yet people want to turn around and hire an inexperienced guy.
All right,
Kind of baffling.
I want to see how you guys feel in the chat. Put a yes or no. Ed Reed, safeties coach. Ed Reed, safeties coach. Yes or no? Yes or no? Just simple yes or no. Would you guys want Ed Reed as the safeties coach? Put a yes or no in the chat. And do what CJ says. Hit the like button. I want to see how you guys feel on that. Yes or no for Ed Reed for safeties coach. Creon Ryder says hell no. Life Investment says yes. Liberty City Boy says yes. Daniel Collects says yes. Hurricane Speed says hell yeah. Jay Play says no. Demetrius says yes. So far, it's a lot more yeses than no. 2 no's, and the rest of everybody's saying yes. The Florida State guy says no. CJ says F no. Aaron says no. Battle Tested Kane says yes. Ed Reed, safety coach, is not a big risk. Patrick says yes. Yeah, just because you're a former player don't make you a coach. Look at Memphis basketball. I haven't watched Memphis basketball, so I wouldn't know.
Well, Penny Hardaway was the coach, and he wasn't very good.
Millie says yes. Kane Zay says yeah.
Well, here's my thing. Name any Hall of Famer as a player that's turned out as a good coach.
BB says no. Of course, he would say no. He's a Gator. He wouldn't want Ed Reed coaching because he know all the safeties in the world probably would come. Let me see where else.
I think you're right about that. I think it would be good for recruiting. That I do agree with you on.
It says most great players aren't good coaches. All right, so it's up and down. I think it's like slap dab in the middle. Some say yes, some say no for Ed Reed as safety coach. At the end of the day, it ain't up to us. It's up to Mario. So if he brings Ed Reed as a safeties coach, then I'd just have to trust whatever he sees and everything like that.
Well, all of us would.
I'm not opposed to it. Like I said, the guy's Hall of Famer, college and NFL wise. So it is what it is. BB, what's going on with you, BB? BB, you there? All right. Yeah. So Tony, what's your take on Ed Reed?
What happened? I streamers kicked me out.
My bad. What's up, bro?
All right. So well, you got echo.
Oh shit! Hold on. It's still up.
Hold on. Let me see. Yeah. You still.
Okay. I'll leave and come back.
What is Ed Reed doing for the coaching staff?
Yeah, that's my question. What's your take on Ed Reed possibly being a safeties coach? Would you be for it or would you be against it?
Honestly, I would want him as a recruiter. Not, I understand he wants to be a coach, but maybe Mario keeps him in the same position, that chief of staff position, and maybe Mario gives him a little bit more power and stuff like that, and then actually have that could be part.
Now with his position, it's pretty much no power. It's just some made up thing that Manny Diaz came up with. So what more power could you actually give?
T2Y, actually, some of the elite programs have the chief of staff position on their coaching staff. But
when you listen to what Ed Reed said about that position and his description of it, he basically said he's going to be there whenever he feels like it. He's not obligated to be there. he's not pretty much going to be doing anything but be like mentoring.
No, that's what I'm saying. But Mario can give him more power in the recruiting side. Like he can be on the recruiting. The chief of staff for the elite programs is basically the head of the recruiting department at the school for football. That's what the chief of staff is for the elite programs like Clemson, Ohio State, Oklahoma.
Okay, well, I got a question for you then. I mean, and it's going to go right back to the same thing. What has he ever done as a talent evaluator to say I want him to head up my recruiting department?
He was an assistant to the GM in Baltimore when he retired.
No, he was an assistant. He left and he was an assistant DB coach for the Bills.
Don't those NFL coaches do talent evaluation too? That's my question. I thought NFL coaches usually talent evaluate as well.
No, it's usually people in the office that do that because they're the ones that pick who gets drafted.
BB, you still got the echo, boss. I just had to mute your mic to even say anything. Everything that Slim was saying was basically being repeated through your mic. You got to mute YouTube before you come on.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying, but I think evaluating talent in college is completely different from the NFL, honestly, because I think it's a lot easier to predict kids coming out of high school into college than it is college going into the pros and stuff like that. So,
I mean, I agree with you that they're two totally different things, in the sense of the job you're trying to do. And who I was trying to think of, that's what Melvin Bratton does for the Packers. He's a talent evaluator, scout, that kind of thing.
No, that's what I'm saying. Have him as the chief of staff of the recruiting department under Melvin Bratton and stuff like that. And he can learn the aspects of scouting under Melvin. And when Melvin wants to maybe end up leaving Miami or retire completely from football, which I doubt is going to happen, Ed could take over for him and stuff like that. That's how elite staffs do.
I don't think he's bringing in Melvin Bratton anytime soon. I mean, if he does, great, but
because remember, you can have an unlimited amount of analysts on your staff. You can't have a lot of on-field guys, but you can have as many analysts on your staff. Like regular coaches, you have to be limited to the amount of people you can have on the coaching staff. But I think the analysts you can have an unlimited amount, because when you look at Alabama, look how many coaches they basically regular coaches they have like maybe 13, they don't have a lot of coaches, but they have some analysts on the field and stuff like that too. So they have a lot of people. On the side. So that's what I think. I think that's what you don't. Also, you don't think Melvin ends up coming back to help UM as part of the scouting department because he's already doing that with the NFL? He would want to be promoted to a general manager position. Is what you're saying? Slim?
I think we might have lost Slim. He probably got a phone call or something came through.
I'm right. That was my phone. Here's the thing, though. I mean, you're going on about all these analysts. I mean, you realize they're paying an analyst like $40,000 a year. So they're not bringing in analysts for a whole bunch of money. I don't think somebody like Melvin Bratton is fixing to quit his job with the Packers to make $40,000 a year. That's the reason. That's the reason you see a lot of head coaches that have been fired go be an analyst for Nick Saban, because they're still getting paid their buyout, and that analyst is one of those jobs where a school can't get out of the buyout.
So you think a position coach in the NFL wouldn't be willing to become an analyst on the college team? Is it about the same? Are position coaches in the NFL getting paid the same amount as
No,
the
position
analysts
coaches and position coaches are getting paid a whole lot more.
in the NFL?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I'm wondering. Like, for me, I think Mario might want to keep Ed Reed on the staff, but maybe have him as an analyst or something.
All right. I just want to say this, as far as Ed Reed and all that other alumni talk, let them come on the sideline like they used to do, and that's about it. That's what I'm gonna say about that. And then as far as that, I just want to say how we get Doc Rivers as the offensive coordinator. I just want to know. Somebody answer that question.
Josh Gaddis, you mean?
Doc Rivers, yeah.
Well, first of all, when he came on, he did say that he lost his voice. So obviously, he's been yelling, yelling at players or whatever at practice.
And then what's called came on, Susan. She said, forget that makeup in her hair. She came on there like she came off a witch movie or something. I was like, what's going on?
So you think Susan trying to put the move on your boy Kevin Steele?
All I saw was forehead when he came on. I was like, dang, he got a big forehead.
This man said that man's head looked like a thumb. I was like, that's messed up.
Well, no, I think anything they do with Ed Reed or any of the alumni, I think they just should let them come to practice. Getting them guys ears at practice and let them come to the games and be on the sideline. Just basically apply pressure on the sideline. That's all they need to do with the alumni, really. Not no coaching position.
Well, I don't have a problem if they're like a Lamar Thomas who's got a legitimate coaching resume built up.
Oh yeah, Lamar Thomas definitely, but I'm talking about like everybody else that really doesn't.
I mean, even Deion had a legitimate coaching resume built up before he got hired on as head coach.
Yeah, BB, your mic's still doing it, man. You got to turn off YouTube completely. Because once you come on to StreamYard, the YouTube noise is still playing. It's just going to echo.
What up, Todd? Well, yeah, like I said, I'd rather just have the players that's alumni that hasn't had any coaching experience. They should be at the sideline on practice and game days, just apply pressure.
Yeah, but Ed Reed does have coaching experience in the NFL. He was assistant DB's coach for the Bills.
How long he did it?
He did it for like 3 years, 3 to 4 years.
And after that, what else he did after that?
That was all. That's his coaching experience. The 3 to 4 years he was learning under the DB's coach for the Bills.
And who did he help produce as far as like, increase their playing skills?
The cornerback for the Bills. My God, what's his name? Tre'Davious White, the guy that went to LSU. And that defensive backfield in Buffalo.
You said the man head looked like a thumb.
Yeah, it did look like a thumb. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, I mean that's good. That's what's up. I mean, but that's still like a not all the way what we're looking for. It's still like an up and coming kind of coach. We want a proven kind of coach at this point right now because we don't deal with up and coming and it ain't been working. You know what I mean?
T-Rob was an experienced coach. What do you mean?
You said T-Rob.
Yeah, T-Rob.
No, I'm talking about Ed Reed.
Okay, Ed Reed.
Yeah, I'm talking about Ed Reed. I was talking about T-Rob. I was talking about Ed Reed.
Are you in terms of his recruit, because college coaches have to recruit a lot? Are you worried about his recruiting as well?
You talking about Ed Reed? Or you talking about
Ed Reed.
Oh, I ain't worried about recruiting. He can get anybody because it's Ed Reed, Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? That's not going to be a problem about the recruiting part for him. It's just the fact that right now we need a more proven coaching staff right now. You know, I mean, it wouldn't be bad if he'd be like I can't say a grad assistant because he's not a grad assistant, you know what I mean? But like an understudy as far as coaching, learning more, like developing himself more in the coaching area, that'd be good. But I mean, as far as him just taking over right now, I don't know. I mean, but at the same time, you know, it's Mario. He might surprise us. We never know.
Yeah, no, and this is CJ, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, CJ. I agree with you that he is an experienced coach, but Mario puts him as an analyst like he's doing with DVD because
Yeah.
DVD is not on the on.
Hold on a second. Hey Slim, can you see the screen?
That dude got to run over Florida Gators and Florida State with a four-wheeler.
Hey man, I tell you, the internet is undefeated. Oh man.
Yeah, I mean like an analyst for Ed Reed for safeties or something. I don't know, whatever you want to give him, you know. But
No,
it just
that's what I'm saying. That's what we're doing with DVD.
yeah. I mean, if they do that with Ed Reed, it wouldn't be surprising. It wouldn't be surprising that Mario do that. You know, just to have him on there, it wouldn't be surprising.
And I bet you he probably brings in Ray Lewis as an analyst for the linebackers, or Warren Sapp, or someone, or like a defensive lineman to be an analyst.
No, I don't. No, I don't think. I don't say that. I don't say that.
Time out. Did you say Ray Lewis for linebackers?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Anthony.
No, Anthony. You know, if it is like I say, if anything, those type of plays like that, they're just gonna come around on practice or the game days. You know, apply pressure.
Or John Beeson.
No, them guys got too much stuff going on, man. They just probably gonna come around to, you know, practice or game day to apply pressure. That's about it.
You don't think some of these guys like Velma or Beeson or Lewis would want to become an analyst, learn to be a coach or something? Because John Beeson is a smart guy. He seems he would be. Seems like he would be a good coach or something like that, or a Michael Barrow or something like that.
No, Vilma already done said. I mean, he's part of the trust. If I ain't mistaken, the trustee board and stuff like that in the Orange Bowl committee, and he's still doing analyst stuff. So he doesn't really gonna have time. But he already done said that he don't mind coming back to the games when they allow them, you know, to come, like the alumni to come back on the sidelines. He don't mind to come, you know, and talk to them guys and, you know, basically apply pressure. Same thing with John Beeson. He got stuff he's doing too with a lot of his foundation stuff that he got going on. So.
Or how about Michael Barrow?
I mean, it might. I mean, you know, like I said, with Mario, you got to trust the process. You don't never know. I mean, you don't never know. But I just think a lot of them are just gonna be on the sideline applying pressure.
You don't think he would put former alumni on the coaching staff? Like a Barrow has coaching experience, though. He's been a linebackers coach in the NFL for like 12 years.
Well, I mean, if Mario sees fit that, you know, that it fits what he's trying to do, then he'll probably more likely add him. But other than that, I mean, he's been surprising everybody else, but he surprised me. He getting people that really, really care about the program and want to work hard. So you never know with Mario.
Might want to bring in a linebackers coach that maybe can replace Kevin Steele, like he's doing with Ponce, because he's thinking ahead, because he doesn't know how long what's his name is the offensive coordinator and Kevin Steele are going to be there. So he has a young guy underneath that, like a guy Gaddis might leave for another program to be a head coach and stuff like that. So he has a guy like Frank Ponce learning under Gaddis and stuff like that.
Well, still already done said Mario's gonna still get some position coaches. So as far as that linebacker position, he's still gonna get probably gonna get a position coach still. That what Ron Steele said, that he still might get it like an understudy. So either way,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, he's still gonna
will try to buy out T. Wolf's contract at UCF or something like that, or Chris Robinson that can learn under Kevin Steele to take over for him, because Kevin Steele is like, I don't think Kevin Steele is. Mario's probably gonna let Kevin Steele seems like he would be a guy that would want to coach in the booth because of his older age and stuff like that.
I mean, like everything been working out. As far as I've been seeing, Mario gonna be picking people that ain't nobody thought of. So I mean, as long as you trust the process with Mario, because like, look, Manny don't took us down through there, but Mario trying to he moving schematically, if you want to say that word.
Learn from Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick, Nick Saban. He basically hung around the two greatest coaches in football history, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anything Mario can do right now could be anything worse than Manny they ever did. So
or Al Golden.
Either or, you know. So I mean, right now, all we can do is just wait and see what everything gonna look like, and let's just get ready for a up and down roller coaster all year, or just up roller coaster, whatever you want to call it.
Let me ask you guys a quick question that's off topic a little bit. Let me ask you guys a question. Who is most likely to get elected into the Hall of Fame tonight from the Miami Hurricanes? Reggie Wayne, Devin Hester, or Andre Johnson?
All three.
Andre.
Should be, but I say Andre.
Devin Hester definitely need to be in there. He's the all-time returner. So I mean,
let me repeat the question because I want the chat to participate. Basically tonight, Hall of Fame, whatever. Reggie Wayne, Devin Hester, Andre Johnson. Which one of these guys you think gonna make it into the Hall of Fame first? If not all three.
Oh, you said first.
Yeah, for me, I don't think the College Football Hall of Fame is going to want to put in three guys from the same team into the Hall of Fame at the same time. So I think that they might spread them out.
No, they're not going to base it.
I don't think that matters.
None of that. Yeah, none of that matters. It's all about what you did in the league.
Yeah.
No matter what school you came from or anything like that. I mean,
ain't got nothing to do with that.
Like that, you know.
No, the voters
we basically run the Hall of Fame.
No, I thought the media votes for the Hall of Fame, for the College Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but they don't base it on what college or how many of the kids in the grown men, in this race to be in the Hall of Fame. They don't base it on what school they came from or anything like that. It's all based on performance while in the NFL. That's what I'm saying though. But I don't think they want to have got three people from the same team in the same year. Is what they might want to spread it out instead. Yeah, but Devin Hester, Andre Johnson, all of them, they weren't always on the same team.
No, they all played on different teams.
No, he's talking about. I think he's talking about college.
I know what he's saying. I get what he's saying. Yeah.
But this is not the College Hall of Fame.
It's not college.
But also
college, I can see it.
But also, you know, we had two Hall of Famers going at the same time, and Ray Lewis and Ed Reed. So I mean, what's 3 to 2?
But the difference between Ed Reed and they revolutionized their positions at linebacker and safety. Did Andre or Reggie revolutionize the position at receiver? And were they dominant? Were they played in the same
Andre kind of.
I know Devin Hester was dominant because ain't nobody else returned like that. So
I think Devin Hester is a sure thing.
Yeah, Devin Hester is a sure thing, man.
In history has done what he's done, especially.
I can see Devin and
no, but what I'm saying, were they at one point with the receivers they played with? Were they at one point the dominant receiver during their? Is what I'm saying.
Andre was.
Yeah,
Andre definitely was.
Definitely.
I don't know. Reggie Wayne was lining up with Marvin. Was it Marvin Harris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Reggie was in a tough era though, too.
Yeah, that's true.
He played with remember he was in the same era as Megatron, and Megatron was basically dominating.
Well, Andre was too, but I think they all three can get in.
I think all of them get. I really think all of them get in.
They all get in.
That will make us number. That will make us number 2.
First ballot. They're not going to get in the first ballot because I feel bad for Andre because of the teams he played for in.
But his numbers was stupid though.
Yeah.
That's why he gonna get in because look at his quarterback. He was still putting up numbers.
The Texans was horrible.
Yeah.
Shit.
Red I get him first ballot because of Peyton and stuff like that.
All right. Well, CJ, since you just joined, what's your thoughts on Ponce, Frank Ponce, coming on as the quarterback's coach? How you feel about it?
We needed a specific coach. Like, we needed somebody to specifically work with quarterbacks. And I like how they just hired, that one coach to coach that specific area. But I heard he also gonna be doing passing schemes or some shit like that.
Passing game.
Yeah. So that's even better, because then if anything was to happen to the offensive coordinator, then they will still have a play caller.
Yeah, playing check. Some of them schools like on them Baby Lizards, they playing chess.
We ain't playing no chess.
Yeah, you're right.
Don't be mad. I'm gonna tell y'all something about our quarterback coach, right? He went against our defense 2 times this year and only scored 20 points. He was at Appalachian State, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So he went against Pat Tony twice and didn't put up no points. Just let y'all know that. That's our DC.
Hey, that's tough. That was back then in Appalachian. The talent ain't the same. The talent ain't the
Look
same.
at Appalachian State twice against Louisiana this year. See what they did.
Remember, he ain't the primary play caller down here.
Okay, now he ain't the primary play caller.
No, he
Got a guy from Michigan that's gonna light y'all up.
He was the passing game coordinator, right?
Yeah, but I mean, fortunate for the Gators, they don't have to play.
I mean, okay, come on now. Don't make up with these excuses.
Well, I mean, okay, look, I feel like this. He's learning underneath Doc Rivers right now. I feel like that. He's learning.
Gaddis, he's all right, but y'all better not hype him up now. Don't hype him up.
Oh no, I ain't. I seen him.
All right now.
We ain't got nothing to worry about, man.
Okay.
Really ain't got nothing.
That's what I don't like. The fan base attacks Josh Gaddis. He was adjusting to the first 2 years. He was adjusting.
Time out. What fan base attacking Josh?
No. There's certain people in the fan base that didn't like the hire, saying that this guy wasn't that good at Michigan until this year. We only hired him based on 1 year, and what people need to realize, he was adjusting to the talent he had on the roster and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Every coach,
like Mario said, if you listen to half of these fans, we would have hired 48 people already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you got a point on that.
You said every week we would have hired like 8 people. We don't went through about this whole.
Now, I like Kevin Steele for y'all though.
We don't went through about 30 different candidates every week. Every name popped up. So at the end of the day, man, I think whatever Mario got going on, I think he dotted his I's, crossed his T's, and all that other stuff. So we're gonna see how it goes.
CJ.
Yeah.
As a Hurricanes fan, would you prefer the coordinators to be on the field or in the booth?
Whatever Mario want to do, I'm down with it.
Choice. If they came to you as a fan and asked you, what would you prefer? Is what I'm saying.
Whatever make us win. I'll just go with Mario. Whatever make us win, man. I really don't care.
But still been on the field, right? I think he was always on the field.
I don't give a damn. They could be in the damn water coolers. I don't give a damn what it is. Long as we win the goddamn game. That's all I care about.
No, the reason why I asked that specifically is about Kevin Steele. He's been on the field, but he's getting older, and I don't think it would be good to have a linebackers coach down on the field that's teaching the linebackers coach to coach the kids on the scheme on the field, and him in the booth looking over the field to get a better vision, because when you're on the field, you don't get the whole scope of the play.
Yeah.
That's what
I mean, me personally,
you can see the entire defense.
Yeah, me personally, I would want him in the box I ain't gonna lie, so you can see the whole field. But at the same time, for me, as the coordinator, if I'm that type of passionate coordinator, I would like to be on the
That's
side
what
of
he is, though.
the side of the
passionate. So
I like to be on the side of the sidelines, man, so I can actually feel what's going on and see things. You can kind of see things depending on what you're looking for. But I would have to say, if I'm passionate, I'd be on the sideline. But if I'm
gonna tell y'all this about Steele. Y'all gonna blitz every damn play. I tell you that.
Yeah, it sounds like he still got to put that
That's
fire.
all he does. He don't know nothing else.
You got to put that fire out.
Yeah, he gonna bring the
Is he
pressure now.
a 4-3 or 3-4 defense?
He a 4-3.
4-3.
I mean, he did both, but his main thing is 4-3 though.
But he also adjusts. So I mean, 4-3 is the base, but he adjusts to anything.
Yeah, he run. I say multiple.
Yeah,
it depends.
Okay.
Because he did it at Bama, he did it at LSU. He ran 3-4, but at Auburn he ran 4-3. Florida State.
And
so,
wasn't he the only guy to
looking
get
on
down
this, hold on, Anthony. Looking on the screen here, I guess Mario Cristobal will be a guest speaker. Lake Gibbons football banquet, February 20th, 28th. Free Life Chapel Gymnast. Guest speaker Mario Cristobal, of course.
That's for Martin McLean. They was already there. I'm just telling you, that's the reason why
that bullshit again.
He there for Kamala McClay. He wrong. Napier did it. Did like 2 weeks ago at a banquet.
Hey, BB Low.
What's up?
You watched that podcast called I Am Athlete?
No.
Oh, you should watch it. It got Fred Taylor on there and everything.
Oh no, he ain't heard that.
Yeah, I know the one that you're talking about. They interviewed. He was sitting down with Chad Johnson, Brandon Marshall, and Dale Earnhardt. Is that the thing you're talking about?
Yeah, they did. They interview a lot of athletes.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Damn.
Yeah. What they saying? Throwback? Oh, I don't want to see nothing with Georgia and Auburn.
Yeah. And wasn't Kevin Steele's defense the only defense to prevent Alabama from scoring 40 points twice this year?
Yeah.
This.
No,
but not this year because he set out. Kevin Steele didn't coach this year.
It was the LSU championship
year.
Yeah, LSU championship year.
Y'all corner's gonna be on the island. Just know that.
I think they rather play on the island though.
Yeah. I figured in the Florida corner, you prefer that.
Is Kevin Steele's defense man to man or?
Yeah.
Or,
that's all he knows. It's gonna be man to man.
It's that old school football.
Oh, if you see Florida State with Mickey Andrews, that's what you're gonna see. Everybody blitzing.
Hey, Harry Lee. Hold on, Harry Lee said Greek guy T2I acting like he doesn't see me in the chat. Hold on. Harry Lee, I see you in the chat, man, but going 0-12, I ain't gonna pay you too much attention. You know Florida State going 0-12.
Did y'all see that Florida State rap song?
Man, yeah, T2I did it. Did he do it?
That thing was terrible, bro.
Like 2 weeks ago or so.
I was talking to a friend who's a Florida State fan. He was trashing our recruiting class, and like at least we didn't lose Travis Hunter to an HBCU.
I don't know. I think Florida State gonna be lost in the recruiting thing.
Honestly, I think Norvell's gonna be fired after this year. I don't think he lasts another year.
Yeah, I
think they might hire Dion.
They got no money to fire them.
Mario at Miami and Billy I just don't. I think he's just gonna get the leftovers.
All right, here you go. For those of you guys that didn't see the Florida State video.
What's up, baby? How you doing, man? Can't wait to see what you do with this one, man.
Oh man.
We're going up. Y'all 2-6 in the cut, man. You know, FSU, we different, you know what I'm saying? But we clowning, man.
C-H-E-L. Flip a coin, get ready for the tribe. On the Saturday broadcast showing live. Break it down, show 'em how we do when you hit a war chant. The meter for hype off the charts. Stadium shaking before kickoff starts. Take a show down, no room every game. Celebrate a touchdown, ball on the brain. Florida State University in control. Fans in the squad repping garnet and gold. When the season comes around, you can feel it in your soul. A team like no other, we are the Seminoles. Home of the greats where the records are broke.
We never crashed last year.
Marching chiefs shut it down during halftime. Nobody starts at the top. The reason that we climb. Hard working talent, more than a hobby. Tradition that'll never change the legacy of Bobby. When the spear hits the ground, know that we came to play. Middle of the field, Osceola and Renegade. Fanfare playing with the force to the sky. I don't know you when I'm in the 305. No match to the conference, working every day. Here to make a statement in the NCAA. Flip a coin, get ready for the tribe. On the Saturday broadcast showing live. Break it down, show 'em how we do when you hit a war chant, turn up for FSU. The meter for hype is popping off the charts. Stadium shaking before kickoff starts. Ticket sold out, no room at the game. Celebrate a touchdown, pose for the brain.
Energy up in this thing, you know what I'm saying?
For the state, for the state, for the state.
I heard the beat first. It was tough. It was tough for sure.
Ain't gonna lie, the song, I like the song, you know.
Man, well, you know I'm an old line, so you know our feet, we be hitting the ground, so we really be making like a song. You know, when we see the upcoming schedule, how we build ourselves and how we are as a team. This one right here gonna be different.
Well, it's definitely my senior year, so I want to go out with a bang. We're headed in the right direction.
0-12 would be a bang.
We're gonna grow together.
That man said his senior year, he want to go out with a bang. Hey,
Tito, why you want to show that play?
Hey, if y'all remember, I think Florida State made a music video back in the days, and
With Dion.
yeah, I think did we shut their ass down that season?
Yeah, y'all shut them down there. Yeah, I think that was like 88.
I guess
87. The one y'all won the championship. 87.
I guess history got to repeat itself, huh?
Body built my sword. Okay.
I bet that's the little rest of the change money Florida State had left. They spun into studio time, huh?
That what Tito was.
Well, that's Florida State for you.
Oh,
man. They blew their budget on a rap song.
They blew their budget.
Oh, man. That video was ass.
Yeah, it was.
That just remind me of Turnt Talent song, that Florida State.
Turnt Talent was a fool.
Bobby Bowden must be rolling in his grave when he saw that.
Sure, man. That's tough. These guys, ain't got no time to play no football. They all gonna become rap stars. They ain't gonna be playing on Sundays. They're gonna be playing in the studio.
Florida State made
Shout out to Life Wallet.
In the fiercest battle, I'll defend you.
Hold on, gotta mute it because he ain't trying to get no copyright. I gotta mute it, guys. Don't want to get a copyright because they got the music playing in the background, so they will copyright the video. But nonetheless, man, time is now. Life Wallet, as you guys can see, athletes through John Ruiz's company, Life Wallet.
So y'all gonna get that stadium?
I'm not sponsored by Life Wallet or nothing, but the Hurricane players are on there, so I'm definitely gonna have to share that with you guys. There you go, Mr. Ruiz, some free promotion. Life Wallet. From what I'm hearing, Life Wallet, I think it's like have all your medical information and everything. So just in case you get in an accident or something, you can't speak, or they want to get the process faster or whatever. All your medical information is in there. So that's dope. Man, but shoot, I got a app idea that I'm actually working on myself. It's gonna be more for the fellas and the freaky ladies out there in the world, but that's yet to come. We won't talk about it. I'll probably end up being a billionaire for that idea. Who knows?
Honestly, I want to have faith that it's going to happen, but knowing how corrupt the city of Miami is, I don't think that stadium is going to happen. Really?
You don't think they're gonna build a stadium?
Yeah, with how corrupt the political climate there, I don't think it's going to happen. If it does, I had a name for the state. If it does happen, I had a name for it. Sean Taylor Field at Howard Schnellenberger Memorial Stadium.
Nah, how you gonna name the stadium when you ain't putting in no money? Nah, man. But from what I'm hearing, it's Orange Bowl 2.0.
Yeah.
What they gonna name the field? I'm pretty sure if John Ruiz is the one that's paying for everything, maybe it'll be Life Wallet Field or maybe a John Ruiz Field. I don't know.
She'll be Howard Field.
Man, I'm pretty sure.
Howard started.
I'm pretty sure if I'm paying for a stadium, I want my name on it. You know, no.
I feel you. But he supposed to be doing it because he's a King fan. So he should put Howard. That's where it started with.
You're a Gators fan, right, BB?
Yeah.
Who is the greatest Gators player of all time? People say it's Tim Tebow. Do you agree with that?
No. He's like a great leader, one of the greatest leaders of all time, but I won't say the greatest player. Greatest player? Oh.
Wait, what? Who's who you talking about?
He said, who's the greatest player of Florida of all time? He said, is it Tim Tebow? I said, no.
Yeah, Anthony, why you asking about the Gators? You don't care nothing about them baby losers.
Hey, man, Steve Spurrier was a better quarterback than Tim Tebow was.
Who was?
Spurrier.
Yeah. I mean, Tebow was not our best quarterback skill-wise. I would say maybe Grossman.
How about Chris Leak?
Leak was good, but when Urban came, he just didn't really fit into the offense.
Fit in 06, didn't he?
Huh?
I said he fit in 06. Tebow barely played.
Yeah, he fitted in 06, but what I'm saying was if you look at our offense really in 06, we didn't really explode until we played Ohio State in the national championship.
Hey, Slim. Hey, Slim. Hey, Slim.
Go.
How about the Rams?
Beat them Bucks.
I told you we Super Bowl champs. Go ahead and give us our rings. Go ahead and drop.
But answer your question.
Hey, guess what? Even if y'all win it, you'll still only be known as the second team to win it at home.
And we'll be the only team to win the the NFC Championship at home and the Super Bowl at home.
Actually, no, the Dolphins did it. What are you talking about?
The Dolphins never won the Super Bowl at home.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't. Tampa was the first team. Anthony, where you getting your information from?
I know, right?
What are you talking about? They won when they went undefeated. They won at home.
No, they didn't.
Home. That Super Bowl was not played in Miami.
Yeah, they might have won at home, but I don't think it was played in Miami.
It was not a
not
home
72 Dolphins.
I mean, they won every home game that year, sure, but the Super Bowl wasn't at the Orange Bowl.
Nah, it wasn't.
Oh, they won at Miami, but it was at the Orange Bowl, is what you're saying.
No, it wasn't.
No, the Super Bowl was not in Miami that year.
Somebody got to Google it. I can't remember.
What's going on, Chris? How you doing, boss? Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm put the link in the chat for you. Put the link in the chat. Yeah, the link's in the chat, Chris. You can hit that. Yeah, but I think Devin Hester getting in that Hall of Fame tonight. I think Reggie Wayne and Johnson, they got a good shot of getting in there too. So we'll see how
I don't
that
think they
goes.
get first ballot.
I mean,
Honestly.
Andre should be first ballot.
Yeah, I think Devin Hester should be too.
Yeah, I think he is because the kick return, he's the greatest of all time. So
just off what he did off special teams.
That sounds so good listening to a Gator say a Miami Hurricane is the greatest of all time.
One thing about me, T.T. Wild, I'm gonna tell the truth.
Yeah, man.
I don't care if he's a Cane, Gator, Simon. I don't care what it is. If he's good, he's good. I think Ed Reed's the greatest safety of all time.
Better than
That's what I thought.
See, I'm the same way because I'll throw out Deion's best corner I've ever seen.
Exactly. He's a Seminole, so can't argue with facts. It's true.
Chris, what's going on with you, boss?
What's good with you, man? What's good with y'all, man? I hear y'all talking about Chris Freakley.
Chris Freakley. I ain't got nothing to do with his off the field problem.
Hey, it
all
was
I know he won a
accused, not
championship for us.
convicted.
That's all I know.
Accused, not convicted. If the glove don't fit, you must acquit.
All right, OJ.
They ain't find Chris Lee guilty. Y'all leave that man alone.
Hey.
So Chris, what's your take on the staff, man? How you feeling?
Honestly, and I do apologize first beforehand for all the loudness because I am leaving work. So if y'all hear like big trucks and stuff going by, I do apologize, but I am on my way to the time clock now, so I can get in the car and talk about this. But I feel like for right now, like this is the best move. This is what I'm talking about with playing chess on a 3D board. Like this is the most that anybody has actually invested in Miami in a long time, bro. I think we've just been getting go to the store now. They ain't gotta put nothing on rent. They ain't gotta put nothing on rent. We ain't gotta put nothing on layaway. Actually got a recruiting coach. Got staff. Give a damn about the school, about the kids. They actually get paid. They actually did y'all see the work video? 30-second video on Seamus brother? Conditioning.
Chris, you got a bad connection.
He's breaking up. Yeah.
You got a bad connection. It's hard to make out what you're saying. We lost Chris. Yeah, I think our coaching staff came together pretty well. I think we got the best coaching staff in the state of Florida.
Cap. Now y'all got a good staff. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all got a good staff. I ain't gonna lie.
Nothing that Sunbelt
good. You keep saying Sunbelt Billy. You can say that all day. But Billy about that action. We don't talk. We just show what we do.
Man, Billy already burning bridges in South Florida.
You keep saying how Enos and Santana Moss gonna be there on the 6th of March. How he burning bridges?
Didn't Sunbelt Billy say he's not coming down to South Florida?
Man, where you get that from? That man been everywhere in Florida.
He's not coming anything 4.5 hours south.
Man, you can't believe that, bro. How far is Fort Lauderdale from Gainesville?
I don't know. More than 4.5 hours.
Well, all I know is I know Enos and Santana Fleming is coming on the 6th, so he had to go down there.
He probably sent somebody down.
Oh, well, you probably right. We got like 30 handlers. He sent one of them. You right.
Yeah, but Sunbelt Billy ain't getting nothing from down here, man. He already
got to. That's why he hired the Army to go recruit. That's why he hired the Army.
Coaches down here, they're gonna be like, all right, well, you don't want to come down here, Sunbelt Billy? All right, cool. We ain't gonna send anybody.
Well, we'll see, won't we? Can't go based on what y'all be saying, because half the stuff y'all say don't be true.
All right, we hear y'all. Y'all know.
No, y'all don't hear us because we ain't saying nothing.
One thing we do know that's true. Y'all been running from us for years.
You can say the administrator been running from y'all.
Anyway,
Well,
Chris,
we ain't got nothing to do with that.
Anyway, Chris, what's your thoughts on the staff?
All right, yo, y'all can hear me good?
Yeah, we hear you good.
All right, yo, to be honest with you, like I was saying, I'm hyped for it. I'm very happy about this staff because it's actually the first time in a long time that someone has actually taken Miami serious as far as investing into the program and into the school. I mean, think about it. This has like this
Yeah,
is
we
this
lose.
is like
Back it up again.
You going in and out again.
all right.
AT&T, man, drop that
You hear
cricket.
me? Oh no, I ain't got cricket. I got cricket 2.0 T-Mobile.
T-Mobile.
Yeah, I got T-Mobile too. They trash too.
Yeah.
They bought Suda. That's that Florida State
Absolutely.
connection. I'm sorry.
I'm starting to think Florida State, the one that put up all the phone poles in Florida.
Oh Lord.
Probably. But I'm hyped for the staff though. I'm excited for it. I just want to see what they do on the field. I don't want to hear about, I hear Georgia fans, we hear you, we this, that, and the third, we the champs, we this, we that. Y'all just got the champs. Y'all just got your feet wet. Y'all chill out. But we want to see what y'all do on paper. Okay, no problem. No problem. That is not a problem.
Well, and people's expectations can't be, competing for a playoff spot year one either and ready to run his
Right.
ass out of town because of it.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, give the man time. Actually give him time in order to do so. You know what I'm saying? Because you're right. Like, you can't just expect okay, we're national championship bound or nothing first year. Pump your damn brakes.
Your phone going in and out again. Right now, it got you sounding like a Decepticon.
Well, that's like I heard somebody say earlier. They don't want to hear this 3 to 5 years noise. There is one coach in college football right now that's won a national title in 3 years or less at any school in the country.
Hold on. Shout out to everybody that's watching this from a different country and everything. I see people checking in from the Bahamas. I had a video sent to me. I put it in one of my videos, but some guys from all the way in Jordan. I think it was Ahmad Jordan. They sent the video in. Doing the Hammer Gang and everything like that. So, shout out to everybody worldwide that do watch the show and appreciate each and everybody that do.
Yeah, help out that island boy T2Y.
Good boy, T2. Man, I think I'm gonna do some more coaching. Some more Jamaican coaches this year. I was gonna do a Jamaican Nick Saban, but unfortunately for us, we got mollywopped in that game.
Yeah, man. We weren't ready for that game.
Yeah, I am gonna do some more early score some early record or whatever predictions for teams or whatever in the state of Florida. I already did Florida State. They going 0-12.
Don't do Florida.
I'm doing Florida.
We don't need your prediction.
So
what you gonna say? 1-30.
I'll probably drop the Florida video maybe tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, and then I'll break down y'all schedule. I already got Florida State going 0-12, so y'all already got one win.
Well, damn.
So we won in so we go 1-11 then.
How you know? Hold on. How did you know? How did you know?
Because I already know you.
How did you know? Man, this man is
I know you.
Man, you was
I know you.
Hey, I almost had Florida scheduled dead on. I said they were going 4-8. I only had 2 games wrong.
I believe you too, Slim.
Oh, man. Harry Lee said put the number in the chat.
We going 4-8. Miami going 12-0.
Hey, I ain't never claimed Miami go 12-0, but Miami don't know nothing about them 4-8 problems. We ain't had none of that.
Well, we had one bad year.
Shit, y'all went 4-8 2 out of 3 years.
When?
In that whole McElwain.
I know that was one time with McElwain.
And one time with
Not
Muschamp. Yeah.
Muschamp didn't go 4-8.
Actually, McElwain won the SEC East 2 out of 3 years, and y'all fired him. What kind of sense does that make?
Because he wasn't doing nothing. What development we had? We only got there because the East was bad.
The East always bad.
Damn.
There you go.
Better than he ain't worse than the Coastal.
Damn. That's messed up, boy. I had Florida State going 5-7. What I had them going 5-7.
That ain't bad.
Y'all so nice.
Yeah. No, I mean, I look at it like this. I see us probably going, not 12-0. I know that.
I'm not the only Miami fan say that.
I mean, we could.
You see that? There it is.
I mean, that's the hope and wish right there, bro. But I got to be realistic with it, bro. We might drop that game to Texas A&M.
I ain't no Miami fans were realistic.
And yes, sir. We don't all do that soap opera stuff because they got.
I don't know.
Realistically, the ceiling.
I know Slim do. Slim be realistic sometimes. I get that.
Oh yeah, the only time I'm not is if I'm just talking shit.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
But I realistically, I think the ceiling for this year is 9-3.
That's what I was about to say.
I agree.
About 9-3, like 10-2.
Y'all shouldn't lose no more than 3 games. With y'all schedule,
I'm assuming we're going to lose to Clemson. I'm assuming we're going to lose to A&M. I'm assuming that we're going to drop a game to somebody.
Hold on, guys. We got Henry Lee on. What's going on, Henry Lee?
What's up? What it do? What's going on?
Talk your talk, man. What's going on? What's on your mind?
Hey, first of all, I just want to give a quick shout out to my son. I want to give a quick shout out in the chat to my son. Made the All-Star. He made the All-Star team. Was one of the best in the city on the football team. He made it for the. He was elected to go to the 14U All-Star, and they played last Saturday in the Jacksonville Jaguars Stadium. They got their hand whooped, but it still was a big accomplishment for him. So I just want to give a shout out to him on your live stream. You know what I'm saying? I know you're gonna be famous one day. You might say this shit like again. So I just want to give a shout out to my son for making the All-Star team. He been doing that shit for
what's up?
Forever, but playing on that level like that. But man, okay, now back to the chat shit. Man, it just be hard to sit up and hear y'all guys talk sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It be real hard. I'm still trying to get this phone figured out so I can come in. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm gonna show my face. A lot of y'all be hiding and shit. I don't know why the fuck y'all be hiding behind these motherfucking screens and shit. Hey, nobody don't want to show their faces. Nobody don't want to show they hanging out.
Man, I'll show my face because I'm ugly.
Uh-huh.
I'll show my face because I'm ugly.
Well, I already know that, so you're excused. I'm talking about everybody else in this motherfucker. Be hiding. I said, damn, y'all don't want to show this because what's up? Y'all really ain't got no haircut or what? What's up? But hey, y'all know this. Every time y'all in the chat and y'all go saying some negative shit about the Miami Hurricanes, or y'all just not really negative, but y'all speak what y'all really feel in y'all heart about this coach ain't gonna do that. Y'all know it's how T2I just get quiet as fuck. I bring that guy T2I just get quiet.
I just be listening.
Listen, no, you won't be listening because you don't want to hear that shit. When they go to come out, you don't want to hear. You need a motherfucking whole check. You outside motherfucking in the front yard and shit. Every time they go to talking crazy, I ain't saying what you want to hear and shit.
Oh, you saying when they start talking that shit, I go outside and light up the barbecue or something?
Yeah, you just go walk around the house and shit for about 10 minutes and shit. Like CJ talk with common sense. That's why I like about CJ. CJ talk with common sense.
You right here.
And what's Slim Shady? What Slim Shady in the chat?
Yeah, he right there.
Yeah, boss.
Slim Shady, you know, he talk with mostly with common sense too. So you know what I'm saying? It just really mainly is the damn host that be talking crazy. I know you want to get your lights up and you want to make the Miami Hurricanes feel good and shit and do all that talking to get y'all dick on.
Get them, Henry.
God damn. Man, I mean, keep the shit realistic. Some goddamn.
Exactly.
That's what make a show, man. Keep the shit realistic. And another thing I want to say.
Hold on. Before you continue, so you don't think? So you don't, hold on. Before you continue, so you don't think Florida State going 0-12 realistic?
Man, come on, man. Come on, listen. I'm gonna go ahead and put this out here right now. And this ain't from no motherfucking trolling. This ain't from no. No, FSU gonna beat Miami hands for the next 4 years at least, dog.
Yeah, you tripping. You tripping, bro.
So, listen, we just beat y'all hands. Listen, dog, we just beat y'all hands a couple of months ago, right?
You beat us by 3 points. Y'all beat us barely on some bullshit 4th and 14.
Hey, Green Air guy T2I, listen. That's another thing. Out of all your chats, out of all your live streams that I done been in, that was the only night that I felt like you talked with some fucking common sense and you talk really from what shit really is.
It's not gonna sound like common sense because you're a Florida State fan. If I was a Florida State fan and I was talking that Florida State shit, it'll sound common sense.
If you were talking Florida State shit, it'll sound common sense.
Yeah, if I was a Florida State fan and I was talking all that Florida State shit against Miami, it would have sounded like common sense.
No, you know what I done came to the conclusion of over the past couple of weeks and just listening to the show and being in the chat and shit. You know what? And I told you this before, but you just done made this shit concrete over the past 2 weeks. I done accepted the fight, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's why I fuck with you because I know what it is. I ain't got to keep guessing. I figure shit out. The thing with you, dog, you just listen, dog. This is what you is, dog. I'm finna tell you exactly what you is. You just a big ass troll, dog. That's what you a Takashi 6ix9ine ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's what you is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you trying to get your subscribers up or whatever. That's behind you trolling. Or is that you though? But you a troll, dog. And I felt that.
Henry Lee.
I'm still gonna fuck with you, dog.
Listen, Henry Lee. If you go to my channel and you click on the description and you read it, it says Miami Hurricanes football channel, college football channel. I trolled the Gators and Florida State.
Now, see what I'm saying? Now, everybody in the chat, y'all, and I ain't never read that description shit, what he just talking about. I ain't never read none of that shit.
Yeah, that's what this channel is about. Anything that's going on in college football. And every chance I get to troll the Gators and Florida State, I do it.
But listen, I thought it was about talking shit.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why when Florida State fans come in and talk their shit, I tell nobody, hey, make sure y'all don't block them. Let them talk their shit. This channel is a free-for-all.
Yeah, I know that.
That's true.
Yeah, that's fact. That's fact.
So you won't give a fuck who time in this motherfucker. But I'm right. You know what you're right.
Definitely. When it comes to Florida State and the Gators, I'm a big troll.
Okay,
I'm a
see,
troll
that's why
troll.
I'm saying that's why I still fuck with you, dog. Cause other than Florida State and Miami shit, you'll keep it real on most things. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I fuck with you, dog. Cause I see the little honesty in you. You know what I'm saying? You got a little honesty in you. But you just a big ass troll and you like to
Hold on. Now let me be as honest as possible right now. Miami gonna beat y'all at probably 62-10 this year, bro.
In football.
In football. Yeah.
Not checkers or nothing like that.
Nah, in football. We're gonna beat the brakes off y'all ass again.
See, you ain't let me finish what I was saying earlier, dog. Didn't we just beat y'all ass a couple months ago?
That don't count, man.
What? See what I'm saying?
That don't count, man. That was Manny Diaz. Listen, man. Y'all went to Hogwarts. Y'all borrowed Harry Potter's wand, and 4th and 14 happened.
Hey, a couple months ago ain't got nothing to do with November.
He's stuck on that beach and shit. That's what I be talking about, man.
Oh, hey, listen. Check this out. Listen.
Y'all
I'm
won
gonna be
by
honest.
technicality.
Yeah, listen. TTY, listen. Check this out. Listen, check this out. Okay.
I ain't trying to take over the whole chat.
Now look. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a diehard Kane fan. All right. Y'all beat us 31-28. All right. Fine.
Yeah.
But did we really lose anything, or did we gain something? You see what I'm saying? Because think about it. We lost that game. You're not supposed to lose to Florida State. Okay? That's Miami's thing. For Florida State's thing, you're not supposed to lose to Miami. Florida State was the better team. Y'all work. Congrats. And to be honest with you, we needed that loss, because if we wouldn't have had that loss, we wouldn't have gotten rid of Manny during that time. That was the icing on the cake. We probably would have gotten rid of him. We might have gotten rid of him. Maybe we would have kept him for another year. But because it is what it is, and that shit happened, look at what we got. So I'm not really tripping over the loss, but just understand something. That right there, well deserved. But now next year, we gonna bust your ass. Plain and simple. Ain't no more Florida State alumni coming there. We don't have no coach from there. We got a coach that actually speaks the Cuban language. That actually
You know what's hold on, Chris. You know what's crazy? I think what we gonna do to Florida State. I think Eddie Murphy said it best. What we gonna do to Florida State? We're gonna send them to the upper room.
Well, I look at it like this. I look at it like this. It ain't no fun and it ain't no rivalry if you win them all. See, we got to let Florida State win one every once in a while. Otherwise, they'll run off like the Lizards did.
You know, and that's another thing about that. I respect Bobby Bowden, and I've kept saying this for the longest.
I ain't make no statement on the last thing you said.
No, I'm gonna just say.
Can I go?
Huh?
Can I go?
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
The floor is yours. Yeah.
Okay, he said that the Miami Hurricanes game by Florida State winning that game a couple of months ago.
Of course.
Okay. I'm like that. He said we was the better team that day, right? That's what he said?
Yeah. Y'all came out to play. Y'all did. Y'all came to play, and I respect that.
Okay.
They were in the better
team. Okay, you said we was the better team a couple of months ago. Man, this team actually gonna be a hell of a lot better than what the fuck they were in that game a couple of months ago.
I hope so.
You know, we're gonna revisit. Well, we're gonna revisit this year when y'all come to town. You know what we're gonna revisit? You know what we're gonna revisit?
We coming to Miami, dog. You ain't realized yet that we play better in Miami.
Last time you was in Miami, what happened?
We here, we back. Florida State here, we back. Florida State show that Saturday. We're gonna show that Saturday.
So I'm glad the next game is in Miami. So that don't help you out if that's what you were trying to say. But
Man, we
like
finna
what I
get
was
the
saying,
brakes off
like
y'all.
what I was saying before you interrupted. And y'all might think I'm just bullshit. You might think I'm just saying this, but Florida State just went through this, man. We've been going through this for the past 2, 3, 4 years when Jimbo left or whatever.
Yeah.
Getting rid of y'all coach, man. Getting rid of Manny Diaz. I promise y'all, I really don't think that was a smart move.
Sure.
I really don't because
So you haven't been paying attention to what Miami's been doing lately.
I want what he's smoking.
How the hell I can't pay attention when I'm in your damn team? How the hell I don't know what Miami
And so you pay attention to the chat, but you think Manny Diaz is the best thing for us right now? Look what we got going on right now.
I'm not saying that Manny Diaz is a hell of a head coach, but what I'm saying is this roller coaster that y'all finna go through, man. It's finna be a roller coaster. Y'all don't know what the fuck Mario Cristobal gonna do down there. Y'all don't know what the fuck them motherfucking assistant coaches. They're still yet to be seen. You don't know that. So that's some shit y'all gonna have to play in that game, dog. You know what I'm saying? And then, like you said about us, you put that shit on us, but that shit on y'all too. Y'all got stand the fan for your motherfucking head coach and shit.
What?
Y'all got stand the fan.
Hey, this shit crazy.
I didn't hear what you said. You said what you said?
Crazy. You don't light up too many blunts today, man.
Henry, what
I believe you. I might have to hit one when I get off with you.
What? Because I said y'all stand the fan the head coach.
Man, we got a head coach that won championships here. 2 championships. We got a coach that went on to coach. We got a coach that went on to be a head coach. Look what he did at Oregon. Come on, man. Y'all listen, we understand that y'all stuck with Norvell. We are not in the same picture. We're not in the same league with y'all right now. If Mario goes out there and lose 3-4 seasons in a row, we wouldn't have given him an extension.
Man, Mario gonna get his ass whooped next year.
Man, we finna handle y'all.
And leave it at that. Leave it at that. Okay.
We finna handle y'all like bag groceries, man.
No, listen, man. You how you been looking at this man press conference and interviews and shit?
Have you been seeing any of Mike Norvell's press conference? Because he's too busy shooting music videos.
A lot of them, man. He handled them professionally.
Man, listen, Norvell lies in every press conference he go out there.
Why y'all? No, your coach lie. That's what I'm finna say. What coach? I'm trying to think what coach I hear that suck their teeth after every damn sentence they say. What coach do that?
You said what coach do what now?
After every motherfucking sentence.
He said Mario sucks his teeth after every
You can't see. You know what, dog? When I watch some motherfucking interviews and see how he be sucking his teeth, I say, boy, if a motherfucker can't see the bullshit in his ass, they is crazy. That man, that's great talk. You see, dog. But I ain't trying to bash it, coach. I call this shit like I see it, dog.
Okay.
Y'all finna go on this roller coaster ride. Y'all finna go on this roller coaster ride, dog. I'm telling you, man.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. The thing about go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
What time? We already know what time of the year it is. It's the off season. So every off season, Miami is the hurricane champion. They're the best team in the land. They got the best coaches. They got the best players. You know. So it's the off season. We're gonna have to go through this. Everybody in the chat, we're gonna have to go through this for some more months.
Hey, let's talk. How about we start talking to the real champion? The real champion is
games in. Now the Miami fans gonna go to some coordinator they need to get rid of.
Hey, the real champion is in the building right now, though.
Reed needs to be coaching the defense. Ray Lewis needs to be coaching the line. You know what I'm saying? It's every year, dog. It's every year. Every offseason, y'all to tell. Come out, fire everybody.
No, my team is actually the champion. The real champions is here.
Okay, let me ask you a question. You said that we shouldn't have fired Manny Diaz, but let me ask you a question. Let me ask, huh? Okay.
How many times did Manny beat Florida State?
You say how many times did Manny beat Florida State?
Yeah.
3 out of 4 times, I think, or 4 to 5 times. About 4 to 5 times.
I would have wanted him fired.
4 times in a row when Manny Diaz was there. You forgot about the 7 times. You forgot that?
No, but did you forget? No, I didn't forget about the 7th time. The thing is that if you really look at since we want to talk technical and let's talk about it, y'all beat us 7 times, but y'all was still catching up and y'all still haven't passed us. So what did you really do? Is my question. If you really look at it, hold on. If you really look at it, at what you did, okay? Y'all beat 7 times in a row. Okay, that's incredible. Okay, look at the series of what it is. Okay, technically it was what 31-23. Y'all beat us 7 times in a row. They left it at 31-30. Then we went on a 4-year winning streak, and it was 35-30. Then y'all beat us last year. Okay, 35-31. Okay, so ain't nobody forget anything. You see what I'm saying? So technically, and this is fact. You know what I'm saying? And those other 2 times that y'all beat us barely because of a blocked field goal, and also because of Jalen Ramsey, but it was a win. Ain't nobody doubting that. Ain't nobody making no excuses for it.
Shout out to Jalen Ramsey and the Rams. Shout out to Matthew Stafford, man.
Just like a win is a win. Whenever y'all had us down 27-7, and we came back and beat y'all 28-27, a win is a win. Okay, there's no disputing that. Okay, so what are we really talking about here? Y'all never beat us, and y'all never led in anything. The Gators are an afterthought. They took us off the schedule because those bitches were scared of us, and they got tired of getting their ass whipped. The only time we see them, we might see them every other year. In 2024 is when we'll see them, I believe. That's about it.
Shout out to all the lizards, man. Shout out to the lizards out there, man.
All the geckos out there. What up? All the geckos out there.
Yeah, this AR, man. What's up, man? The champs in this thing. What's good, man?
Congratulations, homeboy.
The national champions in this thing. What's good?
I'm glad y'all won. Glad y'all won.
Man, y'all did that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, a lot of people told me we wasn't gonna do it though. A lot of people told me, before the season started last year, I was on here with T2Y. Georgia ain't got no quarterback. 1980 has been 41 years. And Georgia ain't gonna do that. Choke dogs that, and then we did it.
I'm glad y'all did it. Y'all scared my ass. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Y'all scared me out.
Let me ask you this, Henry. Georgia won the championship. Do you care? Yeah.
I said that's a good thing for college football.
It's excellent for college football.
I wasn't necessarily putting for Georgia because I thought Alabama was gonna beat Georgia ass.
Everybody thought they was. Everybody, since they seen the SEC championship,
beat the shit out of Georgia. I really did.
I know. Right. Everybody thought that. There's no way Georgia gonna win. That's what I heard for 3 weeks. There's no way they're gonna win.
You know what though? I figured Georgia was gonna win that game because I started looking at the calendar, and I was like, it's been 40 years. They seem to win one every 40 years. It's about time for Georgia to win one.
Now let me ask everybody this in the chat. Everybody in the chat, let me know. Yes or no? Do y'all care that Georgia won the championship? Do any of y'all really care?
Nope.
I mean,
of course you don't care because
I'm gonna keep it real with you. I mean, y'all won it. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations. I'm glad y'all won. I'm happy y'all won. Now the thing is that stick and win it again.
if most fans teams didn't win, they really don't give a damn about who did win. So
Yeah.
what is that?
Most fans don't care because their team ain't playing. They
Let me ask you this,
couch
Henry Lee.
eating potato
Miami
chips
win-
while my team
Miami
winning it all.
We win the national championship this year. You a Florida State fan. Do you care?
I care.
Say about that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Listen, I'm not no green ass nigga, dog. But listen, I'm not no green. I'm real. I'm about real as they come. So I'm not no hater, dog. I don't hate on no one or nothing.
I don't
If
think
you saying that, this how I look at it.
Right quick.
This how I look at it. If Miami in that bitch, if Florida State in that bitch, if the Gators in that bitch, if UC up in that bitch, if US up in that bitch, whoever the fuck in that bitch and they represent, they're bringing that shit back to Florida, dog, I'm with you. I ain't gonna necessarily cheer for you. I ain't gonna motherfucking whoop and holler or bet no money or shit like that. But it feels good feeling to me, dog, to see every one of them teams bring that shit back.
Rose, Slim, everybody in the chat, everybody that's in this room, man, go back. Look at T2Y's videos, man. Go back and listen to all for the last year and a half,
I was
all
there.
the trolling that we got, bro. All the crap that people
I
talk
remember.
about my dogs, all the videos, people going live, laughing, Derby Dome, all that shit, man. All that shit came to an end a month ago. This is the 1-month anniversary, man. It's February 10th, man. It's been 30 days, bro. We've been standing on top of the mountain for 30 days, man. And it's so good, man. It feels great.
Yeah, that's good, but like I'm saying, is,
I got something just for you, AR, just for you.
I'm here to tell you right now. We don't care. Let me tell you. We don't care.
Hey, all it is the Georgia fans, AR-10. They finally know how the rest of us feel. I've seen 3 natties in my lifetime.
I'm happy they won.
I'm
I don't
happy they
know.
won too.
I don't know why everybody's all
And
anti
it
Patriot
shows
about
you,
it.
man.
I'm happy they
You
won.
don't have to have a four-star, 5-star quarterback to win it all, man. You get that defense right, and you get an offense that can score 30 points a game, and I guarantee you get into the playoffs.
Here's the thing about it, though. You know, see, I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody thought whenever that Alabama and Georgia game played in the SEC, and Bama beat Georgia, it was like, oh, here we go, man. Bama gonna take it this year. Bama gonna. I said, hold on, pump your brakes. I said, look at it. I said, do you really think Georgia just sat there and just let these guys beat them without them getting in? This is a money game. Everybody want to see Georgia and Bama go at it for the national championship. So Georgia had to lose in order for Bama to get in. Because ain't nobody going to sit here and look at no one-sided playoff game between Georgia versus such and such or Bama against such and such. It's going to be one-sided. It's going to be boring. And Bama going to win the national championship or Georgia going to win it. So Georgia had to go ahead and drop that. Let them championship, let them play for the national championship, and that's where all the money came from. Now, that right there was the toss-up because either or could have won the game. I'm happy that I'm on Georgia because them boys won. Them boys was hungry. Them boys was not the same in the SEC. Everybody knew that. But I wanted to see what they was going to bring in the national championship game. I'm not no SEC championship. I want to see what you're going to bring in the national championship game. Because if y'all bring that bullshit to the damn national championship game, y'all going to get y'all asses handed to y'all on a silver platter. You dig? You didn't do it. Y'all did a complete 180. That's what I was talking about. That was the whole thing. Every Bama fan that I worked with at my job was like, man, you tripping. You bugging. I put $50 on the damn dogs, and I won $785 from everybody.
Hey, shout out to you, man.
I know. I'm telling you because them boys look totally different. It was like, all right, we let y'all niggas in. Now we gonna bust y'all ass. We let y'all in. You can take the SEC championship. We gonna go for that. We going for that brass ring. Y'all had one last year. It's our time to get that now.
And shout out to everybody who bet on the Gumps and lost money, man. I just want to say, man, you have a nice day, man. If you bet on the Gumps and lost money, you put the biggest smile on my face for the rest of the year. So shout out to you.
And I got
Here's the whole problem. Here's the whole problem with that theory, though. If you have an undefeated Big 12 champion like you normally do, an undefeated ACC team, Georgia would have got left out.
Right. They would have.
I mean, that's
I'm glad you brought that up, Slim, because that was brought up too. And that was the thing about it. If they was undefeated, their ass would have been gone. But because they weren't undefeated, or whatever the case is, they could have dropped the game. You see what I'm saying? If they would have lost, you're right. They would. You were absolutely.
So if Miami goes undefeated, do y'all think they automatically go into the playoff?
I don't think Georgia would have got left out.
No, I don't know. Because they're gonna go by the strength of schedule and everything else like that as well.
Yeah, if you look at the Miami schedule, and
here's the thing. Miami runs the table. They're running through Clemson. Clemson's built up enough clout. Yes, Miami would get in. And honestly, we saw it in 2017. What was the impressive win outside of Notre Dame? And Miami was ranked number 2 in the country. A lot of times, Miami gets ranked higher than they should be.
Yeah.
They were.
Yeah.
They were way too high.
Yeah. They were. Because we were ranked. Because I think they gamed that. Because I think what's the name was ranked number 5 that year. Virginia Tech, and we were ranked number 7, if I'm not mistaken. And when we beat Virginia Tech, we jumped over them, and then we went to Notre Dame, and Notre Dame was number 3, weren't they?
Well, we didn't get to number 2 until after we beat Notre Dame.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
It was after Notre Dame. Yeah, because we jumped right over them because of the way that we beat them. But see, if we get into the playoffs, we cannot be beaten Bethune-Cookman by 3 points. And talking about, we undefeated and this, that, and the third, doing some old dumbass crap like we've been doing before. We got to beat these guys convincingly because they're going to go by the schedule. So we got to beat Bethune-Cookman by at least 40.
Well, it's a whole different ball game now, though. I mean, with the coaching staff and everything we got, it's going to be a totally different Miami team than what you used to see.
That's what I'm saying, because you can be undefeated. Let's just say we go undefeated. They're gonna see who we beat and how we beat them. If we beat Bethune, we beat Bethune-Cookman, or we beat Central Connecticut, or
that's the way it is every year, though, with every team.
But if we beat them collectively, if we take them teams and collectively beat them by only 7 points, that's the reason
Right, but I'm saying it's like that for everybody every year. It always comes down to how good you look or how bad you look. And I mean, it's a same story all the time.
Here's the thing. I think the only time you're really going to end up having to worry about that is if you have 5, 1 loss or undefeated Power 5 champions.
Yeah. You're right. You are.
What is Miami's preseason rank right now in the top 25? Are they in the top 25?
Like 18-ish, I think.
What?
I think it was like 18 or 15 or something like that.
Some. I don't know. One of them. I got to look and see.
Don't quote me, but I thought it was something like that. I could be wrong, but I thought they were giving them a lot more credit than I think they should be. But we'll see.
I mean, it depends on whose you look at. I've seen them ranked everywhere from as high as 12 to as low as unranked.
Right. Okay. Because everybody's like, let's face it, the national media right now, they all love Tyler Van Dyke. And everybody's expecting big things from him. So they're giving Miami a lot of credit based on what he's bringing to the table.
Yeah. I just keep me a pack of Rolaids by me because I do with all the research, and you a Miami fan, you deal with that. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest.
That was good.
I'm not trying to be in the AA meeting or nothing like that. So
that's cool.
I'm just saying. I'm not just saying, but I'm just saying. Because you don't know. Because these dudes here will drive your ass to drink and every damn thing else. I'm telling you.
I mean, look at Miami's schedule. The only team they play is Clemson. All they have to do is beat Clemson. I don't see nobody else.
Whoa. We got Texas A&M.
Yeah, you got Texas A&M too, brother.
Man,
They not no pushovers now. They
I
not
mean,
no
if we get wiped out by Texas A&M, that's a bad look. We got to show that we can fight with them.
Yeah, or you know what? If we do lose to Texas A&M, they're gonna want to see the bounce back.
Well, that's what I'm
That's what
saying.
they're
We've got to
gonna
be able to put up a fight. If we get completely, if it's a 41-3 game, I don't care what we do next week. That's a bad look.
It is because if we lose 41-38 by a field goal,
Right,
okay.
that's
But like
different. Right.
if we lose 41-0, we just got our ass put up on our eyebrows.
Yes, exactly. Correct.
But
That's what I'm
here's
saying.
the thing. Here's the thing. What makes anybody think that we could compete with Texas A&M? Not only this class, hang on, but the past 5 years, and hell, even going back to Kevin Sumlin, they've consistently recruited inside the top 10. Miami has.
Yes.
That is a more talented team.
That's why I'm saying we have to show that we can at least fight with them. I'm not saying we got to win. I mean, I want to win, don't get me wrong, but we got to show that we can compete.
We got to have some kind of fight. We cannot
Yeah,
be
we can't have an Alabama performance like last year. We can't have a last year Alabama.
Exactly. We can't be a rollover team.
Yeah,
we
that's why.
be a rollover team. That's
To me, the biggest thing right now, and I love what Mario's doing with the staff, but for me, the biggest thing right now is what's going on in the weight room and with the conditioning and what Aaron Feld and the new strength and conditioning coaches are doing for them and with nutrition and stuff like that. Because that's what pay the biggest dividends come springtime, come fall camp and stuff like that, especially what's going to happen over the summer as well after spring camp. Because keep in mind, we don't know what the team's going to look like still after spring camp. A lot of kids are going to up and leave, and there's going to be a lot of portal additions, a lot of subtraction. So we still got a long way to go as far as settling the roster off.
Right. It's still a lot of stuff that has to be done. I just like the whole look of what they got going on for that 30. I don't know if y'all seen that 30-minute clip of their strength and conditioning of when they was on the field and everything like that.
Yeah, Feld is a monster.
Yes, man. Did you see Tyler Van Dyke?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Like
that's a complete 180. We're not sitting there like let's go tackle a donut. What the hell are you gonna tackle? You're not playing Krispy Kreme and Dunkin' Donuts. What the hell are you doing?
That video's never gonna die.
Coordinator gonna have y'all running the ball though. I tell you that. We're gonna have y'all running that ball.
We got real coaches now. So I mean, we just added Frank Ponce to help TVD, which is amazing. Can't believe they were able to get him to go backwards a little bit.
Yep.
Go ahead,
now the strength and conditioning coach, his name, the guy with the mustache, what's his name?
Aaron Feld is the head guy, and then he's got guys underneath him.
What's the guy's name again? I couldn't hear you.
Aaron Feld, the one with the mustache.
Aaron Feld. Okay.
Right.
What he said, he wasn't like how it was last year. All right, come on, guys. Let's go. Let's tackle. Come on, tackle the donut. He didn't see that. What he said was,
so quick.
Feel like you can't give no more is the moment you give it your all. When he said that shit,
so quick shout out
stood up. I was like, oh God, what is going on? And then I seen the 30-second clip. I seen that joint 5 times today. This is the second one that I've seen because there's another one before this.
Quick shout out to Bubba Bolden, Charleston Rambo, De'Aaron King, and Jonathan Ford.
Got invites.
That's what's
up.
Hey, hold on, I got Henry Lee on here. How many Florida State kids got invited to the combine? That's not named Jermaine Johnson.
Huh? Did he just say y'all losers?
How many Florida State guys got invited to the combine that's not named Jermaine Johnson?
Can you hear me?
I say how many players got invited to the combine for y'all?
I say, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, they got it.
Unfortunately.
Okay, I say y'all sorry, dog, because y'all was sorry in hell last year, and y'all just lost all them players.
Most of them players, I mean, besides Charleston Rambo, they weren't playing all year anyway.
To answer your question, Jermaine Johnson got invited, and also Jason Corbin, the running back, got invited.
Okay, so 2 people.
Okay. Oh, and I
My
wanted to
dog
tell you
got
also.
14. We got 14 in the combine. That's the most out of any school in the nation.
Who's
Yeah,
that, Georgia?
I believe it, and well
Yeah.
deserved. But I wanted to tell Henry Lee as well. When you was talking, I had got cut off. When you was mentioning your son, I wanted to tell you congratulations on that. Tell your son congratulations. You don't know me from a can of Coke, but I wanted to give that shout out as well. You know, that's what's up, man. Congrats to your son making it to the All-Star team. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. For real. Much respect. Much respect.
Now this the video.
I'm sorry. Hey, that was my son. Calling me. I'm like, what you say? What I missed?
Now this the video that you were talking about, Chris.
Yeah. Yeah, this the one right here.
Gotta kill the noise. The music gonna cost the copyright.
I don't see not one donut damn thing on that field.
Yeah, well, look, it's it's an edited clip, so they're gonna make it look how they want. But
Yeah.
it's nice to see that they're doing different stuff. So
right.
Hey, since y'all brought it up, how mad you gonna be when y'all get a video clip of that damn donut again? Because damn near every team in the country uses it.
Oh, someone will post something. I mean, it's inevitable, but it's the context and
If I
how it's
see
going to
another
be
donut,
used.
I'm going to get one. Damn that.
Listen, if they bring
They
back
do.
the
They
donut,
all use it.
I got donuts in the kitchen.
if they bring back that damn donut, they need to bring back the turnover chains.
Right.
Oh shit.
Turnover chain gone for good. Long
Hey,
gone.
Josh Gaddis gonna have
Bye-bye.
y'all running the ball, bro.
Say goodbye to the chain.
I ain't really worried about it. I just rather for it to be, old brand new. I mean, I got my things. I ain't worried about it. I'm still gonna wear them to the game if I go.
No, where am I? I'm just glad that the team decided to walk away from when you get away from that stuff, get back to winning football games, and then decide to go with the gimmicks afterward. That's fine. But right now, we look stupid bringing it out.
And the touchdown rings, I'm gonna be honest with you. The touchdown rings, I never liked the touchdown rings.
Oh, those are the
All
ones
right,
that they had.
I'm gonna say this though. For the love of God, whatever you do, don't get some plastic ass shoulder pads with dildos on them. We can't be having that shit.
Funny. Yeah, well, you can call them national championships shoulder pads because they won.
Exactly.
Yep. Can't rag on them.
Yo.
Shit, I will.
But you see the counterpart of Bama, right? Bama got a whole damn chain and got the state of Alabama and everything. That shit say Bama boy on it. I'm like, really? Y'all really got this joint?
No, Bama ain't got a chain. Bama's got that title belt.
No, they got the chain. Look that shit up, bro. Yeah, they got a chain now.
I'm about to say they had a title belt even before Miami had a chain.
Right. They had the title belt way before that, but what I'm saying is they got a chain that says Bama boy is out state of Alabama, and it got in red, I think rubies or diamonds or something. It says Bama boy on it.
Well, you know what else Bama got? Bama got 6 national titles over the past 15 years, so they can pretty much do whatever the hell they want to do.
But see, this is my whole point, though. That right there was just the shits and giggles. Get the rings that count, and like you said, they got 6 national titles.
Exactly.
6 or 7. No, 6. Because Saban got 7.
It looks stupid. We're getting freaking handled by people down 10-15 in the fourth quarter. We get an interception, and everybody's on the sideline mugging with a freaking chain, making us look dumb as hell. That's embarrassing.
I'm gonna be honest with you. We get if I would have been on that field and I would have got the interception, and somebody would have gave me that chain, I'd have threw that shit on the ground.
That's what he's talking about right there. That Bama boy chain.
See?
Yeah, I hadn't seen that one.
That's what I'm talking about. But my whole thing is this. I'm just glad.
You saw that shit?
I'm just glad we got.
What was that? Twitter. Hey, Twitter need to tighten up. I'm getting on Twitter, man. They ruined my night.
What?
Man, that's tough.
They go Shane. That's Coach Fells right there, also known as Shane's brother.
What is that in the background?
Hey, Harry Lee, I'm gonna have to let you go, man. My phone about to die. All right, man.
All right, brother.
Oh, that was him with the background noise? Damn, that shit was loud.
Yeah, that was Henry Lee, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
God, man. I was like sitting there when I could hear it. I don't know what it was. Sounded like a little kid screaming.
I didn't know what the hell was going on. But I'm just happy of the direction of where we're going. It looks good on paper, but me, honestly, I'm the type of person. Show me what when you get
And
on
see,
that
I'm the
field.
same
I
way.
want to see. I want to see that.
I'm
I
the
don't want
exact.
to hear that word of mouth shit. I don't want to hear that political crap no more. I don't want to. I don't care about what you say. All the thing I care about is what the hell you do. And if you sit here and say that you're gonna put this team together, you put the staff together. It's gonna take time. He took his time. He got his staff. Okay, now we're gonna see what you do with these kids. Now we're gonna see what you do with these young men that's on this field, and we're gonna see what you produce. Because us as Miami fans, real Miami fans, know that we're not going to go to no national championship the first year. If we do, I would be absolutely.
But I hear a bunch of people saying y'all gonna win the ACC.
No, here's my thing.
I don't
If
even
we
care.
win
I just want to
ACC,
get to spring camp.
cool. If we don't, look, I put it to you like this: take one game at a damn time.
Yes, thank you.
That's all you gotta do. Take every game, one game at a time. Stop
Because
counting eggs before they hatch, because them bitches can be rotten. Stop
Because here's the
doing that
thing:
crap.
when you have a new coaching staff, yeah, your ceiling could be, like I said, 9-3, but you could very well go 6-6. It's just the way it goes with a new coaching staff sometimes.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Don't stop saying all of this other stuff. My whole thing is, if we go to the ACC championship this year, cool. We win it, fine. You know what I'm saying? Fine. But the thing is that you're gonna show me. I don't give a damn about all that talking no more. Show me what it is. Show me what the hell it is. Because you're not gonna piss in the sky and tell me it's raining. I'm tired of that crap. We had enough of that crap way back when. And we just got rid of somebody that was doing that garbage and bringing all these people in and having all these teams to bring in people. And my whole thing is this: why would you? Here's my thing: why would you want to keep a coach that sat there and said, "Oh, we're not really going to worry about recruiting this year. We're really going to worry about the transfer portal." So basically, that's letting you know right there. You really don't give a damn about the recruits that you got. We're going to go for the transfer portal because, for one, you don't know how to develop. You have no idea of how to do it. That's the problem. You want them already polished. You want them already ready and ready to go. You don't want to build the car yourself. You want the car already made.
Are you talking about Manny or Mario?
No, Manny.
Okay, you guys lost me for a second. I was like, wait a second.
Well, hang on there, because all the recruiting classes Manny did bring in were all inside the top 20, so he can recruit.
He can recruit, but the thing is like,
yeah, but he can't develop.
I'm not saying that he can't.
And I'm not arguing that point, Bergie.
You know what I'm saying? It's that statement that you make. Like, if you're a recruit, if I'm trying to recruit y'all, and I say, I'm really worried about recruits right now. I'm really worried about the transfer portal. That's not advertising to bring you out of Miami.
Right. No, I understand what you're saying. It's like you're bringing in recruits, but then all of a sudden you want to load up with transfer guys. What are the recruits supposed to think? Why are you bringing me in if you got somebody starting over me? I understand.
You see what I'm saying? That was
I got you.
So me personally, I just feel like if we would have had, I'm glad we got who we got when we got him. But if Mario would have had more time, I promise you, I feel we would have got earlier.
Hey, T2Y, you think y'all gonna win the ACC this year?
Very possible.
I
think it's possible.
I do.
You got to understand we also just picked up somebody that's handling the transfer portal stuff. He was one of the better. I forgot the guy's name slips my mind now. He came. He was one of the better evaluated transfer portal guys in America. Mario brought him too, so he's now handling everything transfer portal related. So that's going to be a step up as far as guys we can bring in that regard.
Actually, I'm going to amend that statement. I'm not going to say it can't happen, but I wouldn't bet the mortgage on it. Let me put it that way.
Exactly.
Well, this is my point. Sorry to cut you off. This is my point with what I was trying to say before about I just want to see what guys are going to look like with the training and what they're getting as far as S&C with new nutrition and stuff like that, and what it's going to look like in spring camp, and then what happens during the summer. Because like I said, there's going to be a lot of guys that are still going to leave. There's going to be attrition, and then there's going to be guys leaving, and there's going to be guys coming by way of the portal, because that's the only way we're going to be able to do it for now. And then we're going to really get to see what goes on in fall camp. And that's really going to tell us a lot more that we need to know. But right now, it's just, I'm just happy with the direction of where things are going. I just want everybody to get healthy, strong, be able to play some good football, and let's get this thing rolling, man.
Yeah, that's actually a good point because you've got guys like oh shit, who's that running back that got hurt? His name's slipping my mind now. Don Chaney.
Don Chaney.
Right.
He may not be back till summer or fall, so you may not even see him in the spring.
Well,
that's why even spring can be a hard determination.
I work with his uncle, and we talk now and again, and he said he's on track. He's doing good. So
the spring game can be misleading, though. Like a lot of coaches, they really don't show too much in the spring game. You know what I'm saying? So
but it's more about it's getting a visual look at what they look like. It's not so much the actual game itself, but just being able to get a real good look see at the players, seeing who's running, who's hitting. Physically what they look like, if they look like they're developing properly. So that kind of stuff is what I'm talking about.
I think what Bergie's talking about, and Tolbert Baines said it in an interview with Streeter, and I completely agreed with it. They've had the strength and conditioning coaches, but those boys do not look strong like they used to.
Well,
sure, a lot of them are cut up, but they're not. There's no it's all show muscle.
We knew this. Remember, was it 2 years ago when they showed the picture of DJ Ivy walking around in practice with the veins bulging out of his arms, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, DJ Ivy looks like the Hulk." And what did that amount to? Nothing. Cam, what's his name? Cam Harris. He bulked up. He looked like he was the Incredible Hulk himself. And what happened? Not much. He was, partly decent, but it wasn't anything spectacular. And that was the biggest knock on Steele. He can make you look bodybuilder strong, but you're not football strong.
Right.
So that's where the big difference needs to be is, really making these guys football ready. And, with a guy like Aaron Feld and what he's bringing, I'm hoping that's what we see this time around.
You got to kill people in the trenches, man.
Yep.
That's where it starts.
Yep.
I believe we're going to see that this year, man. I ain't even
I'll give him this. That strength conditioning coach has got to have the most impressive mustache in college football.
He does. I'll give him that. He's got the old school barbershop look.
Yeah, like last year's spring game, trenches, man. That's all I paid attention to. How the offensive and defensive line look,
Yeah, but they look good against each other, but against real live teams, both look pretty horrible throughout the year.
No. Last year in the spring game, our offensive line could not block Jordan Davis, of course. They couldn't block Deontay Wyatt, and they couldn't block Trayvon Walker. So I knew the defense was going to be hell because nobody on our offensive line could block them, and we had a good offensive line,
I got to give our offensive line credit though, because as much as I bashed them and pointed out how crappy they were, they got significantly better as the season went on.
I don't think so. Well, I think it was more Tyler Van Dyke made them look a lot better than they really were because he was just a better quarterback. You put a real quarterback back there, it's going to make everybody else look better. And
you could see throughout the season, especially the last couple of games as opposed to the first couple he came in, they definitely got better in pass blocking. They were able to get him more time to scan the field and go through his reads.
I think it works hand in hand. It's more with Tyler also becoming more comfortable back there himself and getting used to game speed. It's one thing to just be a practice player and another thing to actually be out there running for your life. And when he got that down pat, he turned into a monster.
True that.
So, I mean, I'm not disagreeing with your point. I'm just saying that it goes hand in hand. Right?
Hey, Bergie,
I agree. And I've said before, it's never just one thing.
Right. Correct.
Hey, Bergie, you know what's funny? Stetson might not win the starting job, man.
But I bet you he'll be playing.
Yeah, he'll play, but I'm saying, like, game one against Oregon, he may not be the starter.
Well, didn't Georgia just pick up a 5-star kid?
We all know if Stetson ain't on that field, it's going to be Jackson Muschamp. We already know.
No, it's not going to be Jackson Muschamp, but I'm saying Brock Vandegrift and Carson Beck, they might beat him out, man.
Well, I mean, if I'm correct, Beck is now what? Isn't he in like his second or third year in college now already?
So
He
Carson,
got recruited years ago.
This is Carson's third year. This is going to
Right.
be Brock's second year.
Right.
And this is going to be Stetson's sixth year. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
Yeah, but we saw it. We saw it early last season. Let Carson go out there and throw a pick or two. Kirby's going to snatch him out and throw Stetson back in.
Yeah. But looking at practice and what people are saying on campus right now, Stetson, he might not start game 1 against Oregon. Like
It's very possible.
Carson and Vandegrift are looking a lot better than what they were before.
It's very possible, but you can't beat live game experience, and Stetson did it on the biggest stage imaginable, and that's hard to take away from.
And that's one of those. That's one of those too, especially when it comes to quarterback decision. Kirby's got to show me. I mean, he's proved people wrong time and time again about putting in the better quarterback.
Yeah.
He just won a natty, so he's showing all he really can show to this point. I mean,
well, and I actually asked a few Georgia fans this afterwards. I said, I said not as far as right now, but I said as far as in the future, does that worry Georgia fans? Does that reinforce Kirby's line of thinking with quarterback and make it harder on you than it needs to be?
I don't think so.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, it is. It is a good problem to have, but I mean, obviously, our defense isn't going to be as good this fall as it was last year. So
no, it's not.
We're going to have to score more points. But looking at the way Carson has developed and Brock Vandegrift has developed, I mean, they might beat Stetson out.
They very well. Look, I remember when Carson was coming out of high school, and he was like considered the next greatest thing since sliced bread. I mean, he was that highly rated. He was really, really good. And I remember hearing Vandegrift. I'm not going to say I know everything about him. I don't. But I know that I heard more about Carson coming out than I did the other guys. So I don't see any reason why Carson can't do it. Hey, I just want to switch gears 1 second. I hope y'all don't mind, but I remember hearing something yesterday, and I didn't get a chance to read it up. I'm working a lot lately.
But hang on real quick. I'm fixing to run in here and eat dinner. It was fun to talk to y'all. I'll sit here and listen. I'll holler at y'all later. All right, y'all.
All right, man. So what I wanted to know is what's going on with this whole thing with the ACC dropping the divisions altogether? Is that going through this year? What the hell is going on with that?
I haven't heard anything about that, but shout out to Storm Morning. What's going on, Storm Morning? They got their own show, Storm Morning. You guys should check them out on YouTube. They do a pretty good job.
You haven't read nothing. I swear to God, I should look it up. But I read something that the ACC was contemplating losing the divisions altogether and just making a giant super conference that just, where it would change up everybody's scheduling. It would make it, matchups a lot better because of, based on what happened with the COVID year and how that turned out, and everybody was kind of like the way that went. And you guys haven't heard nothing about that?
No, I haven't heard anything.
Okay, maybe I'm in a closet. My bad.
But that's what the SEC might do when they add Oklahoma and Texas.
Right.
The SEC might have to just eliminate divisions altogether.
Right. I mean, because the big bang is coming, so to speak, as far as we're seeing what's going on with conference realignment and stuff like that. But a bigger push is coming soon when all that starts to take place because the SEC is going to try to run roughshod over everybody. That's that's going to get ugly. I want to look this up and see if I can find it. I don't want to,
Oh man, well, I got to step out, guys. So I'm gonna wrap this thing up. We've been on about 3 hours right now, so. Appreciate everybody for coming in. Appreciate everybody hitting the like button, and all that good stuff. But we're going to call it a night, man. Go Canes.
All right, man. Y'all be good. Appreciate it. Catch y'all on the next one.
All right.